such harm from reaching idols. The Prophet Muhammad further emphasized this when he said, "Each of you is a shepherd and each of you will be asked about his flock." This hadith is a powerful reminder that protecting the youth is not the responsibility of one group alone. It is a collective obligation shared by parents, teachers, scholars, leaders, and the community at large. Today's symposium therefore represents more than a discussion. It should be a declaration that, as young adults, we will not allow drugs and harmful addictions to define the future of our youth. Through today's conversation, we hope to shed light on the dangers of drug abuse, explore preventive strategies, and inspire collaborative solutions that will help build a safer and healthier environment. In our considered view, the foremost solution to this menace is entrepreneurship. Arresting drug addicts and barons without providing an alternative form of livelihood may not help curtail the menace. What becomes of the youth who successfully undergo rehab or decide to shun drugs without choice? This is the reason we concur on the need to commence a series of discussions on the need to empower the youth through entrepreneurial development. This is the reason the theme for the 58th Greater Accra Regional Body has been crafted as knowledge, spirituality, and community, empowering the youth towards entrepreneurship. Thus, our discussions as we gather here today will not only focus on drug abuse, but the need to be entrepreneurial. I therefore encourage all participants, especially our young students, to engage actively. Let us listen with open hearts, ask insightful questions, and leave here with a determination to become agents of positive change with an entrepreneurial mindset. Let today strengthen our resolve to guide, protect, and uplift our youth, so they can fulfill the great potential Allah has placed within them. On behalf of the Big Five, the Mufta Adam Foundation, and the organizing committee of the 58th Greater Accra Regional Body, I say Ahlan wa sahlan. You are warmly welcome. May Allah bless this gathering, guide our efforts, and make this symposium a source of transformation, healing, and progress for our generations to come. Thank you once again, and you are warmly welcome. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Okay, she said a lot. And our theme for this year's symposium, who heard it? Who can tell me what she said our theme was? She mentioned our theme. Who jotted it down? My student. If you haven't brought your book, you have to take a sheet of paper right now. There are going to be insightful speeches and topics going to be discussed that you can't afford to miss this. Okay? Alright, so our theme for this year's symposium is knowledge, spirituality, and community. I hope you got that. Knowledge, spirituality, and community. Alright. Next, we would invite our first speaker to give us his piece. And I will invite one of our very own, Ms. Rukaya Musa, to introduce our first speaker for us. Let's give it up for her as she goes through.
Ladies and gentlemen, our first speaker is Mr. Aziz Ali, the current head of education at the Greater Accra Regional Office of the Narcotics Control Commission. He attended the University of Cape Coast, where he studied social sciences from 2006 to 2010. He has the opportunity to do his national service at Luminary with the responsibility of collecting data to support the operations of the country. From there, he joined the Narcotics Control Board and was stationed at Luminary International Airport as Deputy Commander in charge of the Airport Communications Project, a subsidiary of the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime in 2011. In 2017, he was moved to the Greater Accra Regional Office of what is now the Narcotics Control Commission. He holds two master's degrees, one in Security and Justice Administration and another in Alternative Dispute Resolution. He also doubles as the head of prevention and acting executive commander of the Greater Accra Regional Office of the Narcotics Control Commission. Mr. Ali is a
website Shirima on universal prevention curriculum, and based on that expertise, he took the initiative to introduce drug education to the Zongo community, especially our madrasas and mosques. Per his profile, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ali shall speak to us on issues of narcotics as they pertain to our sitting today in order to set the tone for subsequent discussion on drugs abuse. Thank you.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Atabi. Let's give a round of applause to our first speaker, Mr. Ali. Aren't you wow? If we say a multi-faceted man, that is who Mr. Ali is. Let's give it up for him as he takes the podium.
So I think enough of the English. Okay, my officers are here, my senior officers. As and when they would understand their position. So as rightly said, my name is Abdulaziz Ali, Senior Narcotics Control Officer, the acting Deputy Commander for the Greater Accra Regional Office of Narcotics, as well as the Head of Prevention. So as it has been stated, Narcotics Control Commission has got us a lot of mandates. So what the law asks us to do. Narcotics Control Commission, one kungiani, which is the law of this country, Yiba Mujama, Muhima Jama, Gargadi, Kamuna Hanin Mutani, musamman wayanda suke amfani da miyagun kwayoyi. As part of our mandate, we do what is known as prevention and education. So as we are doing it rightly here, we go to school, madrasa, all public spaces to offer education. Then we do what is known as enforcement. Ana zuwa ana kame ana hannun mutane miyagun aiki. The Hagan Narcotics Control Commission, what we do is that we do the enforcement aspect of it, which is we arrest people who do drugs. So if you are a user, if you are a buyer, if you are a trafficker, which we will all explain to you. I think you know who a user is, who a seller is, who a buyer is. What else? Anything that you do with drugs will come after you. Then we do what is known as rehabilitation. Abin da ke faruwa shine in muka samu yan wayin mu suna cikin miyagun kwayoyi, ya zama na wannan amfani kwayoyin da ake yi yana sa mutane su yi ciwo a kan shi. Sai mu lura wasu kwakwalwansu ya afata kwakwalwansu ba lafiya. To irin wayannan mutane a son su in sun ba da dama, okay, with their permission, we take them to the rehabilitation center. Na ji ita yarwa na kan wannan da ta yi batun welcoming address. She stated about rehabilitation. So what we do is that we refer you, anybody on the drugs who wants to change. I wouldn't come to you to force you, because there's this linkage. If I want to force you, it means that you might go and you will not get the proper treatment. But wholeheartedly, if you want to change and come to me that you need assistance, then we can refer you to the rehabilitation center. Akan haka manyan munanan da mun roka kuma is something which is very expensive. Da muke so mu try. So as someone we should have a rehabilitation center. Because when you look at it, the statistics and everything tells you it's bad. Shaye miyagun kwayoyin da mu zango ya fi cutar da mu, yaran mu ke cikin wanda abu. Shi yasa da yawan nan ba hali a kai su rehabilitation center don wurin da aka je kashe kuɗi ne. Don wayan da muka sani rehabilitation center, you talk about the government one, the Accra Psychiatric Hospital, Asylum down, we have one at Pantai. Kolebu, yes, is here. Kolebu has one. wanda unit ne kwale kuke da shi. Wanda unit ne kwale kuke da shi, sa'an nan shi a kai ka na magana Fansai or Ankafo in the central region, Cape Coast, muna da psychiatric hospitals. But these ones that we are talking about, they are just a small facility like this in a room. When we talk about a rehabilitation center, it should be a whole thing, from medication, from treatment, everything inclusive. So what we don't have as a community or Zongo community is the rehabilitation centers. And just like we have the private hospitals, we have private rehabilitation centers. So you know, when you go into Kolego, which is a government facility, they will manage you based on your health insurance will cover, even though some private institutions or hospitals also take health insurance. But when you are going to the proper health, what you call the private institutions, which is a hospital, you are going to pay more. So just as you pay more with a private hospital, you pay more with what? A private rehabilitation center. Chesa Ankaya with private rehabilitation center, we are 6,000 a month for just a treatment, which will last you for about a year or even more, depending on your condition. Chesa iyayena muna da 6,000 kowane lokaci za mu kashe zuwa wata 6 zuwa shekara daya, wake da wannan dama, wake da wannan kudi, kuma sai an gurba kai ka nake cikin family ba, akwai kanninka, akwai yayanka sun je makaranta, an je su an duba wani waya da ke university an fifa su. Shi yasa a end of the day shemu ba wayan da suke ciki suke kan hanya sun drugs ya mai da su abin da ya zama, sai wannan mu bar su muna concentrate kan wayan da ba su so ba. That is like that. But hope in there that muna da rehabilitation centers, then wayan nan we can pick them from the street and take them to the facility. Yasa sabon zango ya kamata ana muna da wani shukura nan ba ya kamata muna da wani zangon nan mu just try and do these things. Kuma abin da ke da masoro wanga program na musulmai ne bari da mu. In ba mu gane ba, per experience in an kai ka kamar yau sake wanda muka sake yanzu muna force wasu annan da su suka tashi suka nemi su kun kansu suka kashe kudi kansu wai mu yadda yaran mu su ma wai ba su yadda kan haka. Shi yasa abin da nake kafin shiga cikin dewa abin da nake ka hankalin kudi ba wayan da private rehabilitation centers na are based on mission. Shi yasa mission nan ka je wurin nan kai musulunci nan da kake da shi wurin nan shi zai sake maka cikin yana duban kan nan shi yana sake maka kai hanyar da kake kai sannan kai ka zo wurin shi. Mun gane ko sai ran kama an waye gari ya samu lafiya ya zo shi ya bar musulunci, amma ba mutum wannan ba. Ina dai tunasar da mu ne mu duba mu kawo hankalin mu akai. We should start thinking of getting a rehabilitation center. Na san muka je muka ga sarakan mu sun ba da dama an ba mu wuri ya so we should mobilize funds for ourselves. Ba wanda zai yi muna yan Saudiya da su Dubai da wade sun yi nasu, mu ma mu yi makanmu mun gane ko. So we talk about all these things. I have to be short with it. Yes, so akwai waɗanda da su yi magana. Shi yasa we do enforcement, we do prevention, we refer people to the rehabilitation centers and then counseling as well. Shi somebody na nan yana cikin drugs ko wani family ka na cikin drugs yaro kana so a taimaka mishi ka ga mu na refer to head office an samu counselors su yi mishi magana. Bayan haka in an kai mishi rehabilitation center da will comment. And usually in muka rubuta in ya je rehabilitation center na is somehow manageable because of the collaboration we have with them. The charges are somehow manageable as compared to you yourself walking to those places to access their facility. We've been doing this every year. Kowace shekara muna yin alhamdulillah duka tunasarwa ne. Da farko muna jin drugs. Yau an wuce kan abin da ake kira shi drugs, mun shiga cikin abin da ake kira shi substance. Don ainihin muna tashi abin da muka saka ce drugs shine baka da lafiya ka je hospital an baka paracetamol ciwon kanka ka je ka warkar da kanka. Amma yanzu an wuce wurin drugs, yanzu we are to substances abin da hankalin ka ma zai ba ka shi mutane su amfani da su. Amma ku zo kan wannan, in aka ce drugs, duk wani abu ne ya zama abinci da ruwa mutum kai amfani da shi, she wannan abu ya sake maka kan da yadda yake. Shi yasa in kai ne kai amfani da wani abu banda abinci da ruwa, sai wannan abu ya canza ka kan da kake ganin ababai, kan da kake ji wasu maganganu, kan da kai da kanka maganan da yake, kan da tafiyanka, kan da komin jikin ke yake, to wannan abu an ya establish a ce trust. So anything that changes the way you behave, the way your cognitive attention is, the way you speak, everything about you changes. Apart from food or water, we can term that as trust. So now based on hiking the okay, based on what we do, we came out with two things known as the what types of drugs. She said we have what is known as the legal drug and we have what is known as the illegal drug. Now, I'm going to mention some substances. Okay, now here are also substances. There is a man come. You may be asking why they are legal. Because we are saying legal because anything that the laws of the country allow you to use, to buy, to sell, whatever you do to it, you will not be arrested for doing that, can be termed as a legal drug. So for example, you go to the hospital, the doctor prescribes paracetamol. Paracetamol is a legal drug based on definition. Alcohol is a legal drug based on definition. I'm here to see somebody being arrested for using alcohol. But then my fellow seniors here will arrest you if you use alcohol, and the action after you using the alcohol, you'll be arrested based on that. So we have something, they say you are arrested based on the fact that you are driving under the influence of what? Alcohol. I'm not sure if you are driving you somewhere, you are going, you have not flagged the rule, somebody will come after you. Or you are sitting deep inside your room and taking alcohol. If that's what it means, then it means all the small beer bears and things you just have to go against everybody. I don't think that's the law. But if you are under the influence of alcohol and then you take your motorbike, you go and destroy things, or you go and misbehave, you are stabbing people here and there, you'll be arrested based on that. It means that alcohol is influencing you. So based on definition, alcohol is an example of that. What we don't know, apart from the physical things you see about alcohol, you not being able to move well. So look at the definition of drugs. Anything that you think and it changes the way you behave. Does alcohol do that? Yes. The way you talk, does it do that? Yes. The way you move, does it do that? Yes. So alcohol is also a drug. Does it affect your cognitive? Yes. Mutum ya sha giya, ya zo ya kwanta kusa da bolan ga ko kuwa wurin gota. Waye gari bayan ya farfado giyan ya fita cikin jikin shi, kace mishi wurin ya kwanta jiya ya maka gadama. Is that not it? Yes, so it has affected the person's what? Cognitive, motor function, the way he moves. Then we can talk about cigarettes and tobacco. Cigarettes or tobacco. What you don't know is that it has become enough everywhere you go, people are smoking. But maybe some people will tell you that it's not allowed to smoke even in public. The laws of this country allow you to sell, to buy. But in all this, the age bracket is there, 18 years or more. What it means is that I'll show you something. 18 years or more, lokacin kai da kanka ko ki da kanki kin mallaki hankalinki, kin san this is my left from my right. And therefore you can decide that, okay, I know, even though alcohol is lawful, nobody will arrest me for it. But in my own mind, alcohol does this and that, for that, I'm not going to take alcohol. But for those beyond what? Less than 17 downwards, it is low for you. So cigarettes. Grow up, our parents are into cigarettes. They send some of you to go and buy them. So what you don't know is that cigarettes affect the lungs. And surprisingly, what people also don't know is that shi sigari in ka duba sigari da kanshi. Paper nan da aka kera aka yi da shi sigari da kanshi, it has a chemical called carcinogens. That what can cause cancer. Paper nan da kanshi kake gan da aka wrap nan, because you see the cigarette is tobacco, it's a plant. It's a plant. So people go and harvest it and do their own thing. So even when you take one cigarette, right, and you open it, you see that no, it looks like something that is a plant that has been dried and stuff like that. No, but the paper that is used in wrapping it itself is high. It has got a cancer-causing what? Agent in it. So the white man himself who this cigarette has what? Drew a hand on it or whatever it is and said that it can kill. And has told you that if you are not eating, you shouldn't take cigarette. Meaning that you have the decision to want to take drugs, cigarette or not. Is that good? Yes, so apart from what you see physical with people, it affects their lungs. Then we can talk about shisha. I've been talking about this. You see, shisha is a foreign culture. Shisha is a foreign culture. We are not used to it. You are just like attire. Ghanaians, where do you get attire from? You know attire? Attire is people from Niger, they drink it. And also it is here in Ghana. We'll talk about that one. Okay. So just like that, shisha is an Arab culture. Even the whites, they smoke because some of them smoke because of the weather. Yeah, but we, everything, whether it is cold, it is hot, we everything. I mean, everything that we take. So, but my sisters, you are the ones I'm warning. Who have a baby who kill? Who are going to go one hour day when you bottle hacker? You know, nice bottle red or blue. And then people will just put it in their mouth and then some smoke will pass here, and then I will kill. So, research has shown that women or girls abuse shisha than any other word, sex. They abuse shisha than any other sex. What I want you to know is that shisha contains these drugs. So let's move on. We have the legal drugs. We have the illegal drugs. Let me talk about the illegal ones and then we'll move on. So basically, illegal ones in the laws allow you to use it, but they have their own health complications. We'll talk about them. Paracetamol is a legal drug. Tramadol is a legal drug. But red is not a legal drug. I will explain. Okay? Then we have the illegal ones. So illegal ones in the pseudo can get it by the down. Who is that going to can get it by the down? So we talk about marijuana, which is weed. We talk about the same thing as cannabis. We can talk about cocaine. We can talk about heroin. And we can talk about some synthetic ones like methamphetamine and amphetamine. If there's time, I will explain those also. Just we are here to learn. You don't do now 1 hour. May you are brother and young. Yade, better than fear after Shakabash Benelin cough mixture. I don't know if you are taking any cough mixture. Usually, there was side effects like nausea, dizziness, and drowsiness. So whatever drug you take and the effect it gives you has been categorized into 3. One of the abin that is stimulant. One of the abin that is depressant. One of the abin that is hallucinate. She says, "Carry me back at the Lafia Canatuani. Say Akabaka, Benelin cough mixture, cough mixture sleep." And let me tell you this: some of these legal drugs we are talking about, there are some chemicals from the illegal drugs that have been used in making them. What are you? Akowosu magunguna da muke amfani da su dole ya legal. Amma chemicals da ake yi da su na ana samu shi cikin wayanda dokan gari ba da ana amfani da su ba. Just a lot of like tramadol, a lot of like the cough mixtures, they have chemicals that we get them from heroin, opium poppy plant. That is what's so in the olden days, if they go to war, they don't have painkillers. If somebody gets hurt, they will just take the seed of what? The opium poppy plant, extract the water out of it, and you be injected with it, and the pain will be. I'll show you that. Okay. Yes. So stimulant ne shi ne kowane abin da za ka yi amfani da shi, shi zama da kamar yana baka wani karfi. So anything that speeds up the work of your brain and then your spinal cord, which is the central nervous system, is called stimulant. So when you take in anything like energy drink, you see how active you are. So energy drink is an example of what? Stimulant. Then we have depressant. Tramadol is depressant. In ka sha tramadol yana slow ka down ne, yana kwantar da zuciyanka da kwakwalwanka ya so ya yi aiki. Shi sa wayanda ke shan tramadol su lura da kyau. And tramadol is also an addictive drug. I will talk about it. So and then we have what is known as hallucinating. Idan ka yi amfani da wani abu and it starts distorting your what? Your perception. Right now, as we sit here, I'm just seeing my students here, and I take in something, and then it don't juya wa ban gani da kyau. Ina gani ku yi min gafara kamar ku yi min gafara, kuma kamar rabu na ke tsoro daga then that drug you have taken can be what? Term as what? Hallucinogen. An example of said drug is what? Cannabis, which is weed. So let's look at this. We have depressants here. Examples of depressants. We have alcohol, it will slow you down. We have hallucinogens. This is how you see it distorts your perception. Then we have what is known as drug abuse and drug misuse. Every year I think mention of this, I believe that's one more. So they were moving something happened that he drug abuse. Happened the drug abuse, but they are two different things. If you have heard this before, it's a reminder every year we have to remind ourselves about this. So the first one is drug misuse. Yeah, in the hospital. Aka ba shi paracetamol syrup bayan kwana uku shi ya samu ya waraka ya samu lafiya sauran maganin na cikin fridge da kan kuma bai da lafiya da ciwon kai da noshin mara ce wai a ci a ciro wanda ke cikin fridge ba ya shi muke ya fi suicide da drug a maganin bipin kin nan kin sha guda da safe da rana sai kika manta she maranci kika gama na da rana da maranci da ka kare kika sha ya fi suicide da drug tun da kin manta da shi let it go in dai barance ya kai kin manta ki bar shi sha na barance kawai the doctor ya duba ki ya examine ki and he determines that no one in the evening is okay so why are you taking more than one drug misuse ciwon kai da yake mini kai na sara sosai gudan nan kai mini an ce guda da safe guda da rana guda da dare wannan bai mini na shafa da safe da rana ce malam da kace kai ciwon nan kace ka sai wani magani ya sunan shi da okay kuma kai na sara da you go and start at the pharmacy and buy the video and misuse the go to the hospital let the doctor examine you kamar example da na ba da yaran in kin kai karamar hospital sai doctor ya ce ciwon kai ga rubuta zan rubuta miki paracetamol syrup kina da hanyar biya ma doctor kamar ai shagarar jiya na sai kabar na sai ma ita babban ina da saura cikin fridge a ga wani sabo doctor wuce shi yake in dai doctor shi ya da haka wani ciwon kai na nan ba magani kake nema ba wani kwanciya ne masu zama dare shi a nan yiwa ya gaji na neman wuri ya kwanta ko ko wani ma ya shi bai sha ruwa tun da safe yana ni da sha ruwa toxins jikin shi duka yi ta sai ka ga ciwon kai ya ba wani na shi bi da shi sa malaria drug ko gwamnati ba su da bai mishi mun gane ko wani ma na yana shan paracetamol da sosai yana shan amma bai mishi a Allah tramadol yake nema don tramadol shi ya fi abin da paracetamol ya fi shan mun gane ko su ya fi shi da drug it's a let's be careful about that. Then we have what is known as drug abuse. Wa'annan shi ba wai za ka je kana neman lafiyan kanka ba it is not there to solve any problem. Just because a friend of yours has what advised you and has what recommended for you, you go and take this thing for pleasure. And so when you continue to do that, you will do what is known as drug abuse. Just listen, drug of misuse can also lead to drug abuse. Just at the moment, kana misuse drug, an ce ba ce ka sha ba, kana shan, an ce sha da safe da rana, kai ka ce ka sha da safe da rana mai ce, kana continue repeatedly, it leads to what is called as what drug abuse. Mun gane ko? So these are new trends. I'm not showing you this picture before. Reason why I'm saying now it's no longer drug, but it is substance. So look at this. All these things. We have blue there. This is Royal 225, which is red, I will explain. We have Bagun, that is it. So yeah, mulura da kyau. Kaga yaro yana rike da balu yana fura babban namiji kai ba yaro bane. Ka samu 15 kana aikin yaro 6 years. wai na suke da balu yana kura gas ke ciki dafin gas shi ke ciki wasu kuma na rike da shi kamar federal kamar da ya ji sa wani abakin shi da ya nuna federal gas ke ciki yake ja. So these are all commonly abused drugs, new ones. We have the old ones here. Apple gateway to all forms of drugs. We have cigarette, prescription drugs, and then we have shisha. Those up here all are legal drugs based on the definition we have given. Those ones down here we have we have crack cocaine, we have cocaine itself, and then the last one is heroin. So alcohol, we are speaking more about alcohol. I don't want to dwell on it. We are speaking about tobacco, which is cigarette. But what I would like to add on is that, do you know that 1 hour smoke of shisha is like you have taken 100 sticks of cigarettes? 1 hour smoke of shisha is like you have taken 100 sticks of cigarettes. In goma ke cikin wabba ta rufi baka na goma ka sa cikin shisha. Because let's do an experiment. Can one, you've been saying, I'm not saying you smoke. Kuna zuwa waje, kuna zuwa na bakin tekun nan ko, kuna gan shisha, kuna gani. She, one stick of cigarettes, can it give you that volume of smoke? A shisha, can you compare the volume of the smoke? One is more volume in terms of the quantity than the other. So what she tell you is that she won't have been going to get a shisha now. Ana zuba muna sigari ne guda zuwa kamar 20 zuwa fiye da ma 20 100 mutum na zo ne 1 hour is assumed or estimated that you are thinking about 100 sticks of cigarettes. Kuma abin da ke da ban tsoro ba yin su nan mo kai ka sauran dungun da ka kai abin da za ka yi. But as we sit here, we are what is known as passive or secondary smokers. So passive, we are just passive. And there's a primary smoker. Yana tukun gidanku, yana shaye-shaye, in ya busa wannan abin nan ya sunan shi sigari da yake sha, ya mamaye bisa da kasa duka, shi da ta muna zaune nan muna program, shi muna shakawa, ba wai da sanin ba ne. Amma mai shi na yi kana ana shaye-shaye wani abu na. Unaware, ka kun sha da kai ma. Shi sakin da abin ke da ciwo ne, ka je hospital, kai illan da ke zai zo kan nan, ya fi shi wayan wanda yake ne yake shi shi sa da yawan kukulura ni dai na je hospital doctor ya tambaye ni na taɓa shan sigari na ce shi a ni ban san ma ya yi so it happens that way sai ran kamar ya kawo na cuta yawa shi sa kan mu bar su don Allah kan mu bar su wai mun ga suna yi haka kan mu bar su almighty cannabis wannan tun kakana ruwa wanda mu koyi na gabi shine taba, weed, cannabis. Gaskiya, and the truth is that this is a wonderful plant. I will say it everywhere. Wanda ganyen nan da ake kiran shi bee, cannabis nga. Akwai dalilin da yasa kowa da gudun shi. In ba wannan dalili ba, wanda abin da kake ganin da za ya yi magani da shi. Za yi ababai jewa da shi. Shi yasa akan haka, our laws now, our laws, there's a whole law on what legalization of cannabis. There's a whole law. We have a lot of drugs. There are a lot. Akwai cocaine, akwai weed. Amma cannabis kawai. Garin nan an zauna kan shi. An zauna kan weed. Wayanda ke da experience, turai ina da ina. Mun je kasashe da yawa to get to know the experience kan da ake yin wannan. Amma yana da matsala. In ban da wannan matsala da shi wannan yanzu haka nake muku magana. Zuwa an jima maybe yau ko zuwa gobe kun ji ana talla a kan mutane ba wannan bane wani da ake kiran shi legalization of cannabis shi ma yana nan ka iya shehu ka zo ba ka license ka gane ko kana son ka je ka shuka shin gwada maka inda za ka je a ba ka sidin shi ba wanga ba shi ka je ka yi ka yi noman shi in ka kare yaya nan da shi ma zai karbi permit zai kai turai ke san da shi ga babban yaya na kuma shi ma ya ce ya so sai wurin kawo ya je ya hada ya wanda suke da ilimin a doki a yi da shi magani su yi da shi wanda kuma shi ga shi driver shi ma ya zo ya karbi permit wuri na inda babu hakan da ya zo sai shi ma yana da transportation permit shi ma su yi duka maka ya kai maka port ka samu kuɗi ya samu kuɗi shi ma ya samu wani ya samu kuɗi yanzu kai shi muke yanzu amma ba wanga bai shi wanga ganyen nan da kake ganin ga with all the good things da yana da chemicals guda 400 or more cikin chemicals nan guda wannan chemical nan shi ne ake kiran shi psychoactive chemical bi ma'ana kamar yana operate da kwakwalwar mutum chemical kuma shi sa ka cikin news suna na da masu zo su da mutane su karɓi kuɗi muna neman shi at the point in time don abin ya zo ya bunkasa akwai kuɗi ciki shi sa she su suka doki front line na wani abu a zo a gano su wani abu she suna side line a office control commission which is mandated by law to do these things. Isa mutane da yawa muka ce if you are giving your money to Nana Adima, come to the office and come and report to give the money to him here you have it who go from him. Isa if they are making their arguments out there, they talk about the chemical called Delta 9 tetrahydrocannabinol, which is TAC for short. Shi wannan chemical shi ke cikin ganyen da aka kira shi bi da ke sa in ba da hankali ba za ka hau kan ka doki bi shi ne amma in the absence of that chemical the plant is fine. Just an kan lura the type of cannabis we have in Ghana weed da muke shi garin ta because of contributing factor the sun TAC na ya fi yawa. Shi yasa inda kake zuwa ka ji wai wala an legalize cannabis ko kuwa America an legalize cannabis ba ana shan na shi rana bane ka je wani daki haka gani wani light AC mai da mai komai nan ana yin shi haka ake yin shi. If you expose it to sun the TAC content also goes up. Shi yasa ba namun gaba ne namun ga dan kasha ka nan da fura kaban ka kana kuma neman kafa ya nan ka fi sha kana nema na kafa na amma wannan nan da zai so da ba of the past we're waiting for fees and charges. Be man, that to do for payment, how much we're going to pay. And I'm told that the parliament has done that. So we'll meet the director general and then we'll take it from there. There's an office for it. There's no cacao applications. You are 18 and above, you have your money, you want to do how you want to do it, you respect everything. Then you'll be given the license to go and operate. You want to legalize cannabis, you can use it in any form. The day we're going to give it time. I've not been reached anywhere with 5 minutes. So this is cannabis. It looks like a plantation of cassava. They look alike. So when you go to Buta region, me and Mutane, sugar plant, cassava, she sugar, wind. No matter that, so that's a common need. But what you need to know is that cannabis are thin, you know. And then cassava plants are a little bit broad. And cannabis comes in odd numbers from 3, 7, 9. The more it becomes more in odd numbers, it becomes powerful. So if you have like a box, it's powerful when you take it. Largely it's very difficult. Comes in this, yanzu kullum na magana an tashi kan wannan wata kan yaro yana cikin kauyawan nan wanda suka zo yanzu suke shan wiwi ya ne musu suke shan wiwi wanda suka zo yanzu nan su ba shan wiwi ba now we don't smoke weed shi sa iyaye kana ko yaro ya fito makaranta ka kai shi ga su na jiki shi ko ka ji ya sha wiwi no yana ci yana sha yana hada da tayaye da sobolo shi ke ya sha ya zaka kai ke daga su na baki shi wannan ko kasu survey. Some people are eating it now in a form of cocktail. She don't. Yaro ya take she na da special she don't she na da ordinary one. Ordinary one ne kare kana ba ni ya baka wannan 3 days class ne ba ka class. Especially if you have not done it before. Just a day when I've done nan suna cutar da yaran boarding school ka yaro zo sai yaro ke sake kamar ce boarding school ne da Allah shi ya da kuwa Aha, kowa dai da nashi, wani ma an yi zai yarda ya bar abokan nan shi mai kama kanshi. Mun gane ko so now they eat it and they do all those kind of combinations. Sai sai so, in muka ce cannabis misali drug ne, sai ina da bottle ga, shi na sa cannabis ciki, shi na sa energy drink ciki, shi na sa content, what would you call it? Yeah? It's not a drug, it's this drug. What? Drug. No, it doesn't become drug again. Mun ga wai da abin ke da ban tsoro kenan ne. In ka sha wurin kama ka saurara ka sha wurin kama da bai da damuwa. Amma ka compare abin da kana ya suna shi hada depressant to a stimulant. Shi depressant nan da inda ka sha tramadol nan shi na bari zuciyarka da kwakwalwanka ya dan kwanta ka samu ka huta sai ya yi aiki. Sai ka daga duke da jibin kuma ka kara. Sai da jibin na ga mu zuciyarka da kwakwalwanka kamar ta dai ni ba kwana bai ci na wuri. Shi sa ka kan yaro, shi sa mun zo kan rai. Shi sa shi rai da so a ga tofi. Da shi to da kofi shi na ban ci a ko ran ke tofi go. Contest of ma ana yin da shi. So I'm not saying kada dai ka ga me contest of ko ka ce bi dai abu ko ga. Okay. From the coca plant, we also talked about this, the natural plant, nice plant. Say mutabeka mu kullun na magana. Ya ake how do this plant, which is a green plant, change into white powder? I'm not scared. Something which is green. Why are we getting dishwasher? You mix colors and get some colors. That way you are mixing colors. This plant, they will come and mix cement for you. Soda, kerosene, hydrochloric acid, and get the white powder. Just a little bit here, hakan ga in an kanto ka je Brazil, in an kan aka ja ka ba sha shan ya shi na. Ya bushe shi da kanshi, ba shi ka ba shi rara ba. Yasa wannan shi a murza shi da kyau. Aka murza yanzu shi a ana sa wannan chemical cikin. Shi tana fin nan liquid. White liquid. Shi a extract wannan liquid. A sa cikin wasu glass a nemi box da ke da zafi yafi wannan. A aji karkashin shi kenan. Sai don kamar ya kame. Shi a shiri, shi a binika, shi zama ca nan kuma sha ba ne, ya ba ka zai buke. Mutum ya wani shi buki 10,000 ya je Brazil ya je kawo buke. Da zai san da shi samu $57,000 ne, shi kai zai ba ka da price. So yana so. No. So when they bring it, they add the chaff to it and sell it to us. They will add the cement, sauce, yasuneshi, baking powder, to make it more for them to say and get profit. If I can buy for say 500, that is kilo for you, kilo. Okay, kilo, one of them can. This app is giving you something small for 500. Can the job I can hand that 10 cities in the Yakamata and mix makashi? Shah. This is even there. Okay, you get good money. But you'll be surprised because of the price when I saw you make money quickly. So this is heroin. I was talking about it. So look at it. The pot, this is what I was referring to. They will harvest it and then the water will come out of it. Okay? One day you probably want to share the share that some of our medications come on tramadol, some of the completions. I've got chemicals in the aki, chill watching them. And even in fact, even cocaine, doctors will tell those days, there are anesthesias that they use in them for service. They have some derivatives of cocaine that they use to treat them. As a result of that, we also regulate all companies that deal in legal drugs. She said, NS chemists, the super people, the whatever. But we are just so to change we want 5 kilos of drugs, which is cocaine. To do whatever we want to do with this legally. So we go to the court with them, we monitor them, they take it to their factories, we monitor them, we use it to make the right medication for all of us. So this is Harold for you. Nice one. It is injected. So sniffing, injection, and smoking heroin. But then, injection works faster for you than any other thing. Injection. Less than 30 seconds it will work for you. But for the sniffing and then chasing the dragon, which is the smoking. So chasing the dragon, you see, I don't know whether they do it now, maybe that. That's why I'm going to karkashin shi ko she wutan nan na karkashin spoon in it, you are tasting the drug machine, and family. So tramadol is a pain reliever. I want to develop tramadol and then I'll end it. Tramadol is a pain reliever. Moderate to severe pains, in paracetamol, Devinol, tramadol. But tramadol is a prescription drug, and tramadol is addictive drug. Prescription, bimana, doctor come out to Hubutamaka, don't cut the muke, the paracetamol, the Devinol, the market malaria, the market the tramadol. When you go and buy it without prescription, it is against the law. Whoever sells it to you is also committing a crime. Both of you can be arrested. But it is for moderate to severe pain and addictive because Dr. Day actually can tramadol for more than a week or two. Because in Kasama, she back and cover tramadol. Even though Margaret may get you, I'm not going to show tramadol. West the market with tramadol. Come on, tramadol. So it's not allowed. Tramadol woman as well come 50 to 100 milligrams. Dr. Yaduba, they examine Jimmy can, Boeing can, it's a kind 50 years. If they make a shake of home and he can 100, he shake a 100. What is happening is that we have our people taking tramadol in larger quantity. So maybe from 50, the person can take 5 of it. It is not even an issue. Yes, it is an issue, it's not an issue. But when you are mixing it, when you are mixing tramadol with what? The energy drinks. So we were there. Tramadol wasn't enough. And so you see, at times, put that in our why are you not arresting these people? Those who do drugs. How is it that so you didn't see people who were at the airport, the port, you didn't see these people bringing them? Look, these people, they are miles ahead of us. We are here talking about tramadol. Shaka cow red. Cow red in Nankuma, put that in there was use red. So what will happen is that Ghana has porous borders. Just as I say a flower. The person will pass at the other porous border and bring it in. So we're dealing with tramadol, and from nowhere we have something called red 225 royal. This one. Red 225. And in fact, let me open your eyes. Not necessarily red tablets. It can come in any form. The first people who produce it from India. The combination that they brought together, the combination, the most powerful ability, when they brought it, the outcome of the product was spread. She's like a chain where it's 225. And where is the 225 coming from? We have something called tapentadol. Tapentadol. This one. The first one. Yes. She's a tapentadol naturally, or it is illegal in Ghana here. Maybe US, some people, it is being allowed in some states. But tapentadol is illegal in this country. And then the next one is Caruso product. This one. So tapentadol is 100 milligrams and the other is 125 milligrams. Hence you have 225. You get it? So one is supposed to help you to relax the muscles. Reason why you see them with a tramadol kind of thing, they are pretending or they are not pretending. They are indeed sleeping. But then the last medication there is the one making them to stand. So no matter how the person bends, may she not have had may she be had one. They can't come to na say can't come for she. Yet I get the amabe had one. Amadi the case is not possible because we are not under rent 225. Okay. We are moving fast. So the brain. Papa working the other Kuwa na issue. But listen, you are not 18, your brain is still maturing, developing 18 to 25 years. The brain is responsible for everything from frontal thinking. So here I am, so the thinking is here. But you just go. But how do they know that the thinking is here? Say, so the thinking is there. Memory is there. Behavior and movement. Language and touch is here. Vision, balance and coordination. Hearing. She said, affect in the ba yi maka ba ana magana da kai ba shi kana da wani ke maka magana wasu ba ko ba ka ji kana da ji kamar ana magana amma ba kowa musu kwa aljanna ne aljanna ma mun ga musu magana ba aljanna ba ne kai abin da ka doki da shi yake bari hankalin ka na maka me that somebody is talking to you so all these places it is the blood that is working from one cell to the other. It's the blood that is helping it to move. So I've been saying it every year. If you take a drug and it affects the portion responsible for thinking, you get to the class and the question is there, still you cannot write. Because the thing has passed here out. So that is the human being. Language and touch. That touch is gone. It's a machine. The sensation is gone. The taste. Language is here, but when they shall hear language, how does he speak? How does the person move when he takes alcohol? Memory, wanda ciwo na nan musa akwai ciwo ana girma akwai wannan ciwo amma wani na nan ka gan shi ba ko mutane da shi wannan abin ya sa shi haka hearing and feeling and balance and modulation nan ganka your vision is here isa ku lura da yawa mutane su I usually use this example wanda bai samu blood circulation without that portion of the brain responsible for speaking then she speaking she sees responsible for movement, she wouldn't be paralyzed. It is coming from the human. So socio-economic effect of drugs, addiction, she will be funny. In Kasoma, she does something, share in the kite. If you start early, the blood, the brain is used to it, you cannot stop and you get to addiction. Addiction shi ne yana kai wani lokaci ba ta kake neman abin ba abin shi ke nemo ka abin ya aure ka ya aure ki ba da shi ba you can't survive high cost of rehabilitation wayanda suke sha in aka kai su rehabilitation wani magana kan shi social biases yau yaran mu zuwa wannan mu shukura in aka doki wani babban masallaci na kusa da market yaro da doki moto magana ba ta ko mutane ga gida ga yara ga amma ya doki moto from wurin kamar ku da shi ko fa janna ne yana gugun wurin za shi ko me ga fadi bai so sha ba sai malan ka ba da aka yi sallah kana rike da wani kodo da kana ga an kodo ka ba ka bashi gida ba ce ga yaro ya foka yaran ni ma yaro ya foka cikin lungu ce ya kurme ka wallahi kan ba ka ya kurme ka kuma kana so ka samu wani 5 years 10 years ka ba shi shi ne zo titole mai san da shi miliyan ko da aka haifo maka iphone maybe 10,000 shi zai sayar maka 200 ya je mai da shi zai sha mun gane ko loss of personal ambition drag cloud the judgment of the user okay iyayenmu da naku effective communication ku saurari yaran barce musu suna da karambani barce musu kamar suna da filisem in yaran mu suka kawo da magana mu saurare su inda an nan suka fi mu kenan mu bari yaran mu su zama abokanan mu yau yaran mu SS da mai su waye computer wannan location da zamani su ne Allah shi ya bai da shi haka abinda yaron ka ya san yau abinda yaro ya san yau kai ba ka san shi ba experience ne kana da shi yaro ya zo ga mu wani abu kule maka computer ka san computer lokacin ka akwai shi ba kisa ku saurare su yaro ya taimaka da zuwan shi hanya wani ya san yadda shi yake gaya mishi ga abin da nake son ba ka je ka amfani da shi ina ko kana so ya ga malami ya gaya maka sai ka kwale shi sai ya fita ya neme ko ya fita ya neme wani aboki shi ya gaya mishi aboki da saurare shi sai to ke kasa wannan bai da kyau amma ina da wanda ya fi wannan kyau shi zan ba da harkar wanka sai ka maka da waye gari yaro ya shiga cikin wani abu ko ka ya so yaro nan da yaro da ba da Qur'ani ya ba shi na da wanda ma ke daji kullun da su fi west ma kamu doki kamu fito let's not take this for granted wanda ke daji da kake ga kullun kana kan shi daji da he has access to internet evidence what is the person shi yasa na ce an waye ba zuwa saya mata ce da ba ni wiwi a'a online kan da ake yi vote ka yi abincin ka haka nan zan iya biyo ni lungun gida mai zai ba ni bici kasa kana ga yaro ya zauna ga to ya ba shi da wasi ya kwada yaran mu da ke lebon ga da yawan ga ko je mun kama da yawan akwai wanda su yi wara moto vote da mai aka musu wara ba order an kwada they know how to do it on the net ina da shi ya kafa yana cikin gagara ta yaro ngare yaro na da wata wani sun dawo da wani na ya learning a whole lot of things ana nana na kika je kasuwa ranar da yaron da je makaranta ki bude ina ga yawo ba ce da ma'al gan shi ki bude babin tannan ki bincike binciken ki bari na ji wani school wani yaro wani mata da ta yi hada wani then she saw also contraceptives cikin wani personal tool ko mai ne a cikin ba da yaran da shi din this lady is innocent so ana nana mun bincike ku ana nana ki tashi ki je school su yaro ya saka ba za shi makaranta ina nan unannounced kin bulowar dai wasu ana so ana jin wasu kwana su sannan wasu ma su ce da su makaranta ba su je makaranta ba so let's pay attention to our case sa'annan mu dai mu strangers ne amma kai ka san da ka kan da zaka rene yaron ka iyaye ma ana zo da waje ana sha ta base an buga level 12 amma ma ita da ta duba tan novelan da ta kara na GP da ta duba ta ta wurin da ta kwanta yariya ba ta shigo ba yaro bai shigo ba da ki bude ido ya muka karfe uku na wace take yanzu take shigowa mun yi sake kwarai lokacin da mun sake kwarai kin je kasuwanki ka je kasuwanki ba ka tibi kudin duniya to kan ba ka sa ido ga kan yaron ka ba gobe wannan kudin da ka tattara nan shi za ka kana yawo kan malami kaza ka ce wurin wanda kaza a ce wai ko kani a ce wai aljannai ne ka yi dewa an ce aljannai class ne o that is true in ya shige ka so many things hauka ne ciwon kai ne kowa da nashi wani da ya sha yanzu nan shi ke nan muka rasa shi mun gane ko shi yasa mu yi hankali mun sawaita magana mun gane ko community kowa na da goshi da ya kamata ya kuma officers na kokari shi yasa kuma mu taimaka musu so mu samu rehabilitation let me talk about today about black trafficking shi yasa na batun trafficking wanda suke tare shi da na suke da shi UK from US and countries. These are some of the things that we go through. Pretending to be a pregnant woman, all these pictures. Then these are what we call internal trafficking. You know, one of them fully, one of the sad drugs, chicken with the traditional poor. One the sun and come. There are scanners that we work with. In ba kama ko kuma ana saurara kuma an kyale kade ana gane ke da malam Bukari ne kai da Aisha ne kai da wato Shirana da sa samu ba na kama so ba ina zuwa garamsai da ake batun shi kuma da aka tsaka garamsai da ake batun shi in ka kama shi wanda ke bakin ruwan nan shi wanda shi yasa shi nan ba ya ne wani kuma ya tura shi amma kiga muka fara samun wayanda suke yin da kansu kimpins nan da kansu nan then you break the chain. Wanda shi yake sa yaran nan yin nan, his children don't do drugs. The person he even will not go to Brazil for the drugs, but he will send somebody's child to go there and go and break it. Kaga mutum da chemical nan da muke batun cement kero ziga, mutum ya hade koke almost 100 of it or 80 of it, and you are working freely. Mutum ya hade where the name of you want to need money. So that is it. Yau aka kama ka kana shan weed, yanzu na ce ma shan. ana auki shan da daban-daban da smoking da kuma sha da irin na ruwa za ka kama ka na 5 series nan ne shi ka je for 3 months. If you go for 3 months, the judge can decide you pay a fine of 12,000 penalty, which is 6,000 in Irish. In ba ka biya wannan judge can decide when you pay ka sauran wurin nan. So you are paying 6,000 cities, which is 12,000 penalty. The 5,000 penalty, sorry, and then you go for another 3 months. Amma judge yi ba ya ga abin ya ba ta ka kana ni da kai ta a cikin da kai shi wannan judge bai fulle ka. That is the state. Wannan an duba ne ba lafiya say America rehabilitation center, it means that a medical person has to certify that this person is not well. We have to take him or her to the rehabilitation center. But it doesn't end here. If you go there and you come back and still continue, that one day. And we have been told that based on law, the more you remain in custody determines the number of crimes you have committed. Since I wanted and then we are given 5 years and you go ahead to commit after you have come out again, it means you can get 10 years and or more. So these people are doing all their best to do. Why am I not supposed to add this? I should add the shame of the or shake a Jacob. 15 to 20 times the shake of Jacob. I am ready. I use the Amamuka and Lumu. Royaru come, the Benjamin, we are at you. Get out of here. You cannot be munching. Mashing is the one who they move to the attendant to her. She need to have the national saying they want to answer one. So, it's fine. So let me end my presentation here. This should serve as a reminder to all of us. Okay, drugs are tearing apart our society. Because I want to catch about one car. Ya don't put in the Akabaka in one car. Muka wani na bayan lungun ku yana shaye-shaye ka san in an zo a duke shi kai ma ka an ce da kai in aka ce da kai bayan an establish kamar you use your property to be doing drug activity shi mu karbi wannan after that kai da idan waye da kusan kan da za ku shi mu karbi ku ba ka mun gane ko shi sa mu yi hankuri drugs is very very yana ba ta mu da zamani ana shaye-shaye ana sayarwa ya fi siyarwa shi ba mu hakan karba yana kushe wani abu ko da yake kushe ko yanzu ga shi da san abin ma ba da kuɗe shi ba ka ga da yawa ba ya kuma ka ga kuɗe wani abu that's what that was making and I bash it so we come for first so we wait when we are done. Is that what it is? Alright, so thank you very much.
Thank you for the time. Time is not on our side. We would have made it talk the whole day. This was a very interesting speech, lecture, that we've learned a lot, drugs misuse, drugs abuse, legal drugs, illegal drugs. As students, this is the time you have to be noting the points down. You have to be writing them, very insightful. These are things we don't even learn in class. Okay, we know about hallucinogens, stimulants, depressants, but some of these things, you don't learn them in school. So if you are privileged to the news they're talking, these are your friends, you still talk when you leave here. So be attentive and jot most of these things down. Alright, so we have in our midst our chairman. Sorry, I apologize on this behalf. We have in our midst our chairman for this event. I'll call on our very own sister, Mariam Musa, to give us an introduction and read the profile of our chairman. Let's clap for me as she goes on.
Our chairman for today's event is Dr. Hamis Mohammed, an distinguished academic seasoned legal practitioner and an accomplished chartered accountant. He is a university lecturer, a fellow of the Institute of the Chartered Accountants, and a core member of the Ghana Bar Association. Beyond his professional achievements, Dr. Hamis is a strong advocate for youth empowerment and development-oriented initiatives. He continues to champion the rights of women and children, while actively promoting the growth of entrepreneurial potential among the youth, making him a true inspiration and role model for youth. Dr. Hamis's rich academic journey includes HND Cape Coast Technical University, Bachelor's Degree in Management Studies, University of Cape Coast, LLB at the Northwest University, MBA Finance at the University of Leicester, UK, Postgraduate Certificate in Higher Education, Coventry University, UK, PhD Finance at the past European Institute of Management, France, Professional Qualification at the Institute of Chartered Accountants, ICAs, Chartered Institute of Taxation, Ghana School of Law, Accountants. Dr. Hamisu has held several remarkable roles, including Managing Partner at the HNDA Chartered Accountants, Legal Practitioner at the Awuno Law Consultancy, and also a partner at the HNDA Law Consult. With his wealth of experience in academia, finance, taxation, law, and community advocacy, Dr. Hamisu Muhammad is exceptionally well placed to guide today's proceedings and offer insightful leadership as chairman of this symposium. Thank you.
Thank you too. Thank you so very much. I'll take the microphone to our chairman for the
shi wannan karatu da muka yi ba abin da ya kamata mu bashi na gaba ba karatu ne na yara ba, karatu ne da ya kamata manyan da ke nan mu doki mu je da shi gida mu yi amfani da shi. Yaran da ke nan ya kamata mu yi la'akari abin da ke tafiya, saboda wannan abin da aka karantar da mu an faɗi muna ne saboda mu kiyaye kanmu da abin da ke tafiya. Idan ba mu kiyaye kanmu ba, zuwa gaba za mu ɓannata rayuwarmu sannan mu ɓata wannan community da muke ciki. Bisa mun gode kwarai, Allah ya sa mu yi gama lafiya. Abin da aka faɗi muna kuma Allah ya sa mu yi amfani da shi. Mu duka Allah ya kiyaye.
gode sosai ya yarda da cewa event. So we'll be introducing our second speaker very soon. Miss Muniba will do us the honors to introduce our second speaker for the event.
Our second speaker is Brother Pushpin. He is one of Ghana's finest student motivator, youth motivational speaker, author of 3 books, and anti-drug abuse advocate with Drug Free World Los Angeles, USA. Over the years, he has impacted and transformed lives of over 500,000 students and youth across Ghana with his projects. In 2021, he was awarded one of the most 100 influential young persons in the world by the Opportunities Hub Nigeria, a product of the University of Professional Studies Ghana. He is the founder and executive director of Final Point Foundation, member of the Ghana Association of Writers, and a fellow Global Goodwill Ambassador, as well as a member of the Young African Leaders Initiative Network. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome our second speaker, Brother Pushpin.
Thank you, Ms. Muniba. I'm not sure you got Pushpin. Let's start from the beginning.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala. In the name of Allah, the most merciful and special merciful, indeed all praise is due to Allah, the Lord of the world, the creator of creation. He alone we worship and He alone we ask for help. Unimaginable greetings and the peace of Allah be upon the humble being ever walk on this earth, Muhammad al-Mustafa, wasallam, to his household, to his companions, and to all human family. Beloved, I once again greet you with a marvelous greeting which we shall be greeting in paradise. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. So, na farko muna ma Allah godiya. Na akwai wani labari da nake ba kullum, kowane lokaci idan aka yi ta samu aka yi zama haka ina kawo sakiya. But it's rather unfortunate that maybe we don't capture data community. She muna gan kaman kullum muna zama she muna gan kaman ba mu gan sakiya, amma sakiya ina nan. Akwai wasu kudurai da kuka duba 10-15 years kuke program nan suka fara yau ka gansu she ka gane kaman mun samu cin gaba. To shi ya kamata muna ma Allah godiya kaman cin gaba ina zuwa kuma muna kai shi. Gaba kuma ina da kyau. But I think Prophet Muhammad, I know the generation of Prophet Muhammad, and if we look at the life of Prophet Muhammad from childhood to prophethood, it's just the best biography that we need to make our life better. Because if we mimic the life of Prophet Muhammad, you will surely not do drugs. Can you know the under Muhammad? I bought the choir. Back a shy. Kumamuna had one. Don't unfurman see the high voice. When she ya come out of we go carry Mumatasa, we go under Muhammad. So Yazamia me will not go. Shady will it's knowledge, it's reading. And Kulu Mamusani, and Kulu Alpadiwa, the first thing in the Akachema and Nabipo, I am there for my Malum and Alpadiwa Kulu, where Anteme Ikra. They said that the first verse to ever appear or a command given to Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was read. Why read? Because we read to inform, we inform to transform. Reading is a transformational power. When you read, you control your life. So no matter what of advance of technology, experts are saying that reading cannot vanish. Audio books, what have you got? A book of Quran, you can take a ama bincike na nuna karantawa shi ko ya technology zo bai da doki karantawa. Because one thing about reading is that it massages the brain. There is something in our brain we call neurons. What's like where and there you can as you read, but no where you soon agima, soon I have one. So I'm here to tell you, if you want to become powerful, just like I mean biography rather than reading them, but some of what they capture cover. We make our power, there's no one to get Allah don't come so you come out and far and see what they are talking about. You come out and cake and look at it. Kai, what are you one we have? You come out and cake kiss. So enemy, have a swag in the cave. I think about material. You want to cause the enemy, go 15 Pro Max back and then give much. If you got some look at easy. Yet people who are well educated and well informed, they know that things come in their own season. But the Russian virginity that no, I'm going to read it. So you Russian virginity so because of China phone. And later, I'm at that time in the internet. I can't say what I phone. But see, knowledge is your superpower. But power negation. But you talk about Abu develop one, I mean, so young and Koyan Abu. The another do you know that there are people who are talking in the meeting? They are still talking. God was you not doing soon after Vira, Basunana. Don't see how that's so funny. Could they make it? sarauta kada ba wani bure ka amma neman ilimin nan idan ba mu sa wani abu gaba kamar career profession abinda na so zama idan ba ka da shi ba ka gan shi ba ka komi amma mutum da ke da kishi that this is what I want to become. I want to become one of the powerful motivational speakers in the world. That's my goal. I wanted to be a nurse. I want to be a carpenter. I want to be an engineer. I want to be a caterer. Kind of have one picture, one image. See, can I kiss it? What I'm I somebody can call me, but I don't call me. Can I have a rekiatu? Kowazamu, Munkazamu. That is. I'm not a school, zero. Because Rakiatun. I got a school that gave no, let me tell you something. If you find a dream, if you find a career at a young age, if you find out what you love, what you want to become, even an alarm clock cannot wake you up, later gets you up. When you say I've been naked, name one like no back that show. What's who does that have a Kamanda and what he done? Mariama that show, Ibrahim that show, Ankara. No, because the school you are going, then nothing drives you, nothing moves you. And they came again, let me tell you a problem. Some of us, we went to school without a clue what we want. I'm telling you, oh, I'm telling you. But there is one thing that changed my life. And anytime I share it, I went to an engineering school, secondary school. There are a lot of gangs in the school. Boys going group who now I know the parliament. When people are in school, are in class, we are under a mango tree. And you know what? We can argue. And those days, Babani Musu said, we were arguing over music. Waka. But that time in Ghana, got young people, but Bobo Gang was rappers. And so who were not going to gather on to park, notorious B.I.G. Carpenter, Didi. So gather, Anna is one library, and I sat a magazine, and Yaga the Sash will look at the win argument about the Yaga engineering book. No, you see that kind of stupidity? What we did in school? I don't know what happened. I just went back to our dormitory. I don't know what happened. I just felt something. And when I raised my eye, I said, come on, you was so. Tell us of the skin Kaswa Medina. Sakani and the glory. Rana na Bugunta. And it just reflected to me. Don't know how to mobile. I might take a self good in. I'm going to get what I want. Kazo speak up, pardon. Okay, make a game that I woke up. And that day I made a choice. I said if I want to fool myself, but I won't fool Mama. Let the corner I want to. Well, I don't know, man. Don't man coming. Now make sure that your school not correct. At the end of the day, the guy in that school not correct. Change the China. Because I found that reason for my mama. Umanada wahala na take. Kana yezu school sometimes the girl itana awai. Kana dan tell ba hai ko kudin ba. Tunda mutum bai da body. Ba body. Ka doki lesi shoe ka dawe drazan ka. Kana yezu tana kuka. Wata yi wadana yezu ta ganta ka kuma he. To shi wajen ni na yi hankali. And from there, I decided that I want to become a speaker. And I said that I want to go back and tell young people that there's no fool with their life. Look, when they came back a town in Jinda,
in Kakari University, 22. I'm a guy who wants can't you be easy? Who can question that the mayor was just answer? So just say these questions. But come money. And I was. So please find a dream for yourself. Find a career for yourself. And listen to me. You can become whatever you want to become. It is possible you can become. Don't look at where you come from and feel that you can't make it. Because I'm going to look at you. Oh, Shinkava Kesiri. Kona Jemana don't say Shinkava. To where Shinkava is a papa. Oh, you know, Mukoko again. Repacket Coco now. I mean, there's a cake and never give me no. But when I never give me, Muguru Mufita in the ear, I am okay. Nick is saying that. I already talk about it. So, beer, Dukanai, drinks the one 4. 3,000. Yeah. He sold on 4-5 liters in 1 million. Now you're so don't man no for you. Now you're so cool. Man, now I can man ni boy, but I've learned it all. And when I'm going about one side door, the week not all answer 1,500 caracay. Don't say I keep my mother yellow. But she know what I said the good yellow. I said the good yellow. No, I said the grammar paste. More packet grammar paste. I want to answer the neck as one no. I'm a woman, yes, she answers actually Romobi. So, Kaka Duma Kaka, Maya, King, Kaya, Baba Nimusana, who looks at become Subaku Hope. I mean, there's actually a look at you, Susanna. So I'm not going to hope. It is possible. Go back and imagine our soul. A young kid, woman can be a Allah. Allah Akbar, who won't even Allah. I'm a after what she, what would do Yaka to Madina? And Azulu Sukur. What happened Azulu? Oh, Alhamdulillah, who bought the other Yamutu. Oh, yeah. Muslim Puma. So, we are passing to the again. Why are they? But you are about 1 week. Come here, Shamari. Come here, Loki. The Chicago brothers in Mosu, what like Bamukinsu. Rayuga Musu Kamaya Musu Gari Garina. Shokuna Koyos. Mobaso Maza. But find something. I don't know what you want, but find it and go for it. Don't give up. Kina Bibay, Kina Karatawa, keep Karatani. Oh, yeah. I'm telling you, as far as in Form 2, I could hardly read. I was a dummy student. I couldn't read. When you give me a paper, I can't. Form 2. You were Form 2. Form 2, again. How could you get right? Can't daddy? I'm a suka chica. Suku. Form 2 again. And you don't want to go. But can you read number 4? Can I give one thing? I'm going to get you. Can I do number 10? Can I give one thing? Can I yell? You know what happened? She poor Betty in a school. My dad said they should change the school for me. When they took me to the new school, Form 2 fine, and they bring Form 2 book, English book. Bosu. When Nina Popisa and Nabi Bayan Pop, Casanai, the one catcher, now that's like a miss school. Bosu, I'm going to not at a and test. Come on, who's a time to at night? Says Kiri Saki. Who's going to the check? Saki. But that's not a pressure. That's a Form 2. I think here. Zero by year, but I can account Form 1 by year. I can account class 6 by year. I can account class 5 by year. She probably dog. She didn't get you by a She teacher me to know. When we had she class 6 or class 5, she would 10 years would do a kanda. Say, she can consider. I can study class 6. To the mama want you. 6 number Koyawa. Form 1 number Koyawa. She don't get form 2, 0. What the colleagues in us carry school. So now the maintenance say, to the cat on the way read back. Yeah, you see. I was asking myself a question, and you know, when you start asking yourself a question, when you start observing, and because school the big now, Jika asma banda a cikin school, muna kiran shi Adam asma banda. Jika ne, akwai wani yaro hustling kuma family su kone daga wurin da ya guro, kuje akwai makaranta. Sai na gana wani ce, to kai ka tuba ba kai ne ba. Kuma ana dress school, kun san why? Za a je kanka, a cire maka socks. Cire maka kaki, a cire maka puma, ka ga dress school uniform, an baka white socks, ka ga pam, Nike na. Ana kira kowa zama cikin school, sai ka ga muna zuwa tulare da komi. Na ce no, wata bai zama rayuwa. I made a decision that I will learn how to eat. There was a guy in my class called Samir. Samir was the guy who won for when the school has a debate and everything, Sami goes solid, Quran solid, everything solid. I'm a good to the Kankara. That Katash Makaranta, Nabi Sami, say Sami, Charlie, I want you to help me how to read. I said, you don't know how to read. I said, oh, put your voice down. No, you're shouting. That's another post. I was leading African Bride Brothers, Jamati, the whole Abuna Yakru, Kagawana, Jamamuke, Sakabana, Kama, no, bring it down. But let's say, okay, let's go for a deal. I say, fine. What is the deal? Reading grammars, Kaban, Uchia. Don't Uchia, they go Yasanado, when you go to the public school, Uchia, they talk to me. And I'm telling you, my younger brothers and sisters, Sami started with me like a joke. Go one time, I can touch school. Some move the ball, I can go. I need to follow him. He teaches me how to read. Then I'm going to make cartoon. And you know what? Now can carry the money cartoon now. And I want rules. So I mean, like, one kilometer game, so what's a go? Hey, you know what? Now when we go to class, don't sit at the back, sit front. That's why when mostly don't sit at the back, they distract. Let's get up on the bully. So now, and you know the teachers, when they say hurry, they are looking at 1, 2, 3. You're buying who are Kuchki? Who are 3 now? And somebody told me that what they are hurry. And that are Nuna. Not only hurry! Raise up your hand. She raise hand now. Hey, Masuri, if I get up, social study and the social work and check it away and I'll pronounce it later back to the first term, second term, third term. She never read. I say, can you read? Level in the when now I can read. And you know the beautiful thing? They were giving us hadiths to read every morning at the assembly. And now I can read. Every assembly. She was there. Call Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and Prophet Muhammad said, Allahu Akbar. Before I come up from 3, I was one of the best students in the school. So listen to me. If you can, get help. Let somebody help you. Check the person you are sitting with. Now, what you are doing, they are talking. That tells you that we're not going to take us to laugh at you. Or because you become like your friend. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam ya ce muna kina tare da wata akuyar da ko cikin mutane ko girma ba ta bayani. Kuma ban sani ba, I don't know if it is life, and study it very well. When there is too much stupidity, there are poor kids. People who don't come from nowhere. I don't know why. And I've been telling people, the area I am is a little bit like an estate the kids, anytime they are holding books, so the bees, when they are going to, the cars are coming out, they are with books, and we do small in the kiosk there, we'll bring speaker out, and as I walk, the kids will staying around the area in the slum, they will bring speakers out in the night and sit on the roadside and they will be playing music. But they don't have an uncle they can call for him to pay a secondary school fees. So you can become whatever. Today we want to tell you, find a career path. Whatever you want to become is possible. Get people to help you. These people are there to help you. Prof is there to help you. These sisters are there to help you. Go closer to them. So that you will be empowered. Because knowledge is your superpower. Not it become a Don't joke with your life. Do you want to become a pilot? Do you want to become a nutrition, anthropologist, psychologist, psychotherapist, psychiatrist? What's one now? What are the one now? You see, but when you go to international schools, I don't know why, and you speak to the kids, some of the words you hear, if you ask the kids, what do you want to become? Would they want to have next? Like, what you call it now? But you go, it's a school, and then he told me, yo, and I'm international. He said, I want to become anthropologist. I said, anthropologist. And as a speaker, I said, I am going to now. And when I'm going to speak at international school, if you are not equipped to boss, they'll go shoot you questions. But the difference between that child and you is that they read. The difference between who they are and Suna Karanta, Kimaki Karanta, so whatever you want to become, you can become. And what brothers, the sisters, Yazunda, they can help you to live your dream. No go do support the chicken to me. I look at Vito Mukazama. But when people are support, but you go extra mile on your child. But whatever you are seeing, your child can become. There are people who have prayed their children to become president, and they have become ministers. They have become shehus. They have become willingly. Babani na Abdua. Diana, that's just some of the bombarding. Who is our later? What I say, I will do some. Ama izan baba kene kanka baka da bin battery kana low sai ya fi ya ayin wannan dana wallahi mun da mutai zama mun ci abinci kika ji wasu da haru da sunan ki mutana. Oh no, you know, we use excuses. When I talk about excuses, I was in 10-7, and if you come, you need to write your name. If you come, you write your name. And if I'm sitting there, what I do is that when I just see our mothers are coming, I do myself to join the line and what and write their names. And I was working then down na me. I'm okay with the paper now. Down 50 million. I'm a very with the Sudan. I'm about to sound money. Kona kaya. No she suke ko kan ke kai ne. Kasamu. No she na wajen na ga irin manni mo. Sai da mun ta musu. Addu'a nan ba yi zaman. Oh biya mu Allah ya kiyaye ku. Allah ya bar mu da ku. Me to yanzu an gama ba wasu wajen kenan. Ko duba ni. Don ya samu da wajen da zai yi mai wani abu. To shi saboda Allah da Annabi. Don't give up on yourself. You can make it. It's possible. You go through challenges. Abokinaye da sun maka dariya. Zongo dariya ban sani ba kaman aiki ne da siya. Zongo za a maka siya kai suma. Doshi, one man and me say, when you are grown up in Zongo, you need to wear some clothes. It is called Batumbanza proof. Because you hear nonsense. Hey! And sometimes you hear it from them. I remember when I told one of my uncle, oh yeah, I want to become a motivational speaker. And they say, Uncle, motivation. to Bansi. I said, Bansi, Charlie, I say I want to become motivational. My uncle say, I can't. It's a kind of uncle. Motivational is a guy. What about why you like English? Character book away. Do my brother know? Character book away. My book at English. Character book away. How come market? But about a few years, I heard my uncle was telling somebody. Now the only my window kitchen. Push. Communicate for the solid in our money. Don't feel. Don't say that. I'm going to use another. Once I was speaking in Accra Polytechnic in the auditorium, my uncle was hiding at the window. He feels so big to say that I'm speaking and he's listening. But he actually Nina is spy language. So when you say you want to become Gabi Sukasumu, oh Charlie, yeah, many oh Nina Bilazama pilot. Kasumu, Kelly, pilot. What are we going to do? Pilot. And the girl, I went to a school. The kids are in secondary school and they could still go to madrasa. And their colleagues are teasing them. So because there is a lot of tension in between us. So, my dear brothers and sisters, hold on to your rayuwa. Don't give up. There are some people, if you don't tell them what you want to be, because they are not going to support you. You get it? But if you hold on to your dreams, I don't know what you want to become. Maybe deep down in your heart, you know what you want to become. Yes, you can become, but hold on to education. Hold on to education. Say no to television. Please, television will steal your dreams. Music will kill you. 85% of the music we listen to is a trash. There is nothing in it. But home to waka, they want you. They are not saying anything. One thing, the sadness thing about Rayuwa is that you enrich people who are already rich. And you cannot enrich yourself. Don't shut down movement. When you are sucking the much, you can't let the demon. We are in a group. Never monkey. So she can't go no, follow the math group, the English group, the science group. Follow those groups. Where I will be raising young people who become purpose-driven. Then I know you can become. Hold on. Wallahi, one day you will tell us. If a son of a Grano-based seller for Medina Market is a global speaker, an author of 4 books, and I just came out with my 5th book. And I think Shukra is the first place I'm showing the book. Girls, protect your dream. It's for girls to protect their dream. They don't know direction right was. And I did a yara for 50 years. I found out that we need to give a girl child a mini book that Yahweh Yahi can one time. Go back and I'm back to the Yahi guy Yahweh. I even do lesbianism. Now you call me. Now I just want to say scam. Telenovela call me. It's a mastermind book. Anytime you come here, the book will guide you and make you better. And I brought it here. I've not even launched it yet. But when I was coming, I said, Yashukura, come on, put your game Madina. I said, Malada, but spoke Guna Namun Lachi Shukura because Kabaya Madina Sulus Gan, Yashukura was and he could lose Kirana. So I decided that I brought only 60 copies here. And one is 30 CD. If you need a copy, or why Magana the Swalajini, shall can be copies in them, about Guduri Mumatan, junior high, senior high school, university. You get a copy because it's going to change your life. Baba Nimu, Mumbuni, Mukori, Mukari, go and look at you.
After B, let's clap for Spain once again. that if you are not inspired, if you are not motivated to go for that thing you've been wanting to do, I don't think anyone else can motivate you. He has put some fire in me right now, and I think I really have to put in more effort. And you sitting there can also do this. At the very, we have seasoned speakers. Time may not be on our side, but I'll call on Miss Zuleya Usman Mizango. Miss Zuleya Usman Mizango is a youth advocate, drug abuse awareness campaigner, and education promoter based in Accra, Ghana. She is the founder of YADA, Youth Against Drug Abuse, and currently serves as the Women's Commissioner of her university, where she champions the welfare and empowerment of young women. Through school outreaches, religious forums, and community engagement, she is deeply committed to sensitizing young people on the dangers of drug abuse and to breaking negative stereotypes associated with Zongo communities through education, faith-based advocacy, and positive youth leadership. With a round of applause, let's welcome Ms. Zuleya Usman to give us her speech.
Topic na yau shi ne mental health, drug abuse, and the burden of stigma in our Zongo community. Yau cikin zangonin mu ga wanda suka fada cikin wani rayuwa ta shaye-shaye. So da yawa shi kulle musu wannan babi. Shi kaga an kulle da shi wannan babi saboda stigma an tsare da shi. Mutum ya fada cikin wani rayuwa na kuma ja shi kusa a gwada mai hanyar da zai ya gyara shi na an samu an lebo shi an cace mai joka. In aka ba mutum wanga suna shi ga mutum ko duka ya yi so da yawa an gama da mutum ya je reha ko a ce yau wani ya fadi cikin halin shaye-shaye iyaye mu mata Allah ya kara mu da karfi da hankuli saboda iyaye mata ke so da yawa in ka je hospital wurin rehab centers da iyaye mata ke wannan fama so da yawa in aka je wurin hajiya wanda ta je ta ga hajiya wannan wurin ko ta ganta wanda hanya in ta zo cikin zangon nan ta zo ta ga hajiya wanda ta kai yaro gidan mahaukata yau zango mu sani cewa in aka kai mutum rehab an kai shi neman gyara ne an kai shi neman sakiya ne ba gidan mahaukata da kai shi ba zango ya kamata mu sake na da muke da shi kan ajiye da mutum rehab tun aka je da mutum rehab yadda mala da ya ce so da yawa rehab da an na ke mission centers ke shi sa an je da su ne wurin amma saboda rashin ba da karfin gwiwa na gida na unguwa ce da mai shi ya ce ya zo ka ga yanzu shiga wani da duka an je wurin a je ana kai shi an fata su kudin jesus amma masallatai yanzu zangonnan mu kuna muke zama mu tsira shi mu manta mu sa irin mutane da cikin addu'o'i mu manta kuma irin mutane da su ba su bai kamata mu tura su ba ya kamata mu ja su kusa mu zauna da su wannan mental health issues ke damun shi wannan abubuwa ke damun shi iri bai bai buɗe baki shi gaya wani problem shi saboda an yi damuwa shi sa ya find solid cikin wani ga mugayen kwayoyi saboda iya sha tramadol ya wani ya yi kwana shi da wani bai da wani problem iya sha kuri ya je ya zauna wani wuri ya yi shuru shi da wani ba su da wani kira saboda yana tsoro kar magana shi ya sa a mai dariya amma mutum irin mutum haka in ka kai shi ka samu lokaci ka zauna da shi So da yawa sai daga kai abin da kake tunanin shi ba shi kai a shi mutum mai shi abin da yake tunanin shi kai hankalin ka bai je wurin ma ba irin mutane da ta zama tana kai su da kama suna da plans suna da ideas suna da business ideas suna da big ideas amma saboda damuwa shi da mutum ya kebe kan shi wuri guda shi yasa don Allah wuri da aka yi irin mutane haka kuma ga mutum ya fada cikin wani mugun hali ko mutum ya fara wani shaye-shaye mu jawo mai shi kasa iyaye wani ce kaka yi wasa da wani kaka yi abota da wani yanzu an wuce wannan an wuce ka ce ma yaro ka kar ya zai da wani saboda yaron kan ka ce ma kan ya ce ba gaskiya ba ko ina kake bin shi ba akwai wanda yake mu'amala da shi ka gan shi akwai wanda yake kula da shi kan ko shin ka san abin da suke kira shi ba ka sani shi sa su ne wa irin muka ga ana neman wani mafita wutan ne su cikin addu'a so da yawa aka kuka ga mutum ya shiga cikin halin ta'amali da miyagun kwayoyi shi mu ce wai an jannai ne mara lafiya ya fi shi a ce wai za mu mai shi rukiya annabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam ya gwada muka cewa Allah ya ce ba wani ciwo da Allah bai kawo warakar shi ba ko warakar shi Al-Qur'ani ya ce mana inna ma yusra ko haka ne with every hardship there's ease shi yasa kowane hali wani jirauta ne daban kuma Allah da ya bar ka shiga cikin wannan jirauta akwai ya sunan shi shirye-shirye da ya yi maka na ka samu sauƙin wannan al'amari shi yasa psychologist ya zauna da kai ina da wani dan uwa da ya fara cikin wani hali tunani ya yi yawa barin iyaye amma da ya koma aka samu aka zauna da shi specialist ka zauna da shi an ga ainihin an ga wani an ga kamar ba wani ciki a kai ba an yi sauran Qur'ani an ce ya zo alhamdulillah bayan addu'a da komai da aka yi ya zo amma da aka duba shi aka akwai makarkashi akwai dalili da ya sa ya kwanciya bai gaya ma kowa abubuwa da yawa for spirituality musan kamar akwai Allah na waraka amma kan mu ci tsoro saboda wani ka je neman mafita ko wani ya ga sai mu fita kamar ka je gidan mahaukata ko wanda danka an da mun ka su je in kana yin haka da shi karaya ina neman da ce da gashi a wani shi ina so ruwa ne da ruwa da shi samu kiyaye zango muna da stigma sosai muna da stigma muna da samun mutum wani irin coat da bai iya cire kuma ko aure da shi ya je ne kada wannan abu mistake da mutum ya yi babu iya mu relate ko shi ga mun gama da personality mutum kuma yana da damuwa sosai nan gaba sai na mace na je school kuma school da na je so da yawa shi gana ce ma mu mata musulmai a da yadda da dai wani tashi kuma ne and we go nowhere dai wa manu da da yadda da ke amma alhamdulillah yau mun prove su wrong in ka je su wani sa abin da wani bai ce ma wani why you for yourself wannan daji will marry you and then the west they will become one household kar mu bar wannan notion ya sun cikin kanmu so da yawa muka je su yaran annan they have an upper hand all the time ni na je su ce na sun ce mai na am useless ni ban da ilimi ban taba zama wani abu amma wannan bai break na damu wannan bai break na damu saboda I'm very outspoken in ce ya faɗi maka wani abu ya rika abin da yin zauna a cikin gari a gane ka ka ce mai no my religion doesn't teach me it doesn't teach me to accept false saying ba abin da ba shi cikin musulunci ba abin da musulunci bai gwada ba musulunci hijabi ne sosai na mu yaya mata ya fi maza ma. Sorry to say. Musulunci yana protect mu yaran mata ma ya fi maza. Shi yasa matsayin mu na mata na maza yara musulmai ko ina muka je muke musulunci cikin mu. Ai magana shi ni ma kan shi wanda ke so kwazo da shi. Yadda kushten ya faɗi ko me kake neman ka zama kai ka zama. You just have to push the na je su bai sai gaban class na bayan tashi class na sa push amma ina yin jin sai gaban a lot of crowd musu magana da ke push mutum ya zama haka wani abin negative ne ma kuma faɗi maka yi sai positive for yourself in aka faɗi maka wani abu da baka ji daɗin shi ba ɗauki wannan abu zafin wannan abu ka ɗauki ka gyara wa kanka wannan abu next time da shi ya ganka shi da kamar ya mistake head mistress da duba ya ce min me you are useless you won't tell anything the next time she saw me she was shocked saboda ta gani na yi aure na haifu kuma ina school aure na bai hana ni zuwa school ba haifuwa na bai hana ni continue school ba daga mai wani abu shi na shan university na which university she never which university what are you doing she really marketing hey really she yes which I'm currently a women's commissioner in my school and she was shook to the core so when in the chair the way or you useless me amma da ta gani kuma shi ta gani ta ga bai tunanta daga wanda ke sai da wani abu da ya rike hijabi yau ina gidan mijina school for what she wants to do. She's a iyayen mu suna kokari su ga yau mun zama wani abu yau iyayen mu suna kokari sosai su ga mun ma yaran mu su yau so yau kashi inda ce medical school ga musulman mu suna yau medical school ka ji kawai suka kuma wannan ma yana kwantar da hankali yau na je hospital in ka zauna da wani dokta in na yi mai magana shi ya tambaye na yi medical practitioner shi ce ne are you a nurse shi ce ne but how come you know about them shi ce because I read it yana ba shi mamaki ni na shi na ji ya na samu ya yana ba mai sa da yin turanci yin har yi yin explain ma abin da ke damu na cikin medical term da shi ya je su je zauna ya koyi wani nurse ma an ka kure ba shi da ta haushi me yasa saboda kai su ne hana turanci shi yasa mu nemi ilimi salamu alaikum
that was very insightful. Nobody to say Hajiya Zuleika. Okay. Now I invite Brother Hussein for some 2 minutes. The Bible message.
MashaAllah. Mr. Chairman, Alhaji Abbas Dawood, wai musun da aka kawo tarbiyya kan raba ma tunanin da su ne suke da wai shi kuma gudunmuwan shi zai yi kara shi zama insha Allah ko an raba
Hey, aren't you happy? Alright. Ina da kamata mu address ko mu acknowledge makarantun yadda muka kira su kuma suka hana invitation mu sannan kuma manyan mutane da mu da suke zane da mu ta muna da Nurul Hidaya from Zongo. Can we see your hands please? Okay, thank you. We have Ansaru Sunnah, Zabarman Life. Okay. Ishaduddin Nasarawa. Okay. We have Peace Salam Shukura. Okay. and Naja Zabarmalai. Thank you. Muhammadiyah Sabo Zongo. Okay, we have Azaria Town Council Line. Darus Salam Zabarmalai. Alright, thank you so much for having our invitation. And then to our dignitaries, we have ASP Mr. Bright Duku and Superintendent Nii Otukwe, Shukra District Police Commander. Thank you for having our invitation. Zulaiya Usman Bezango, Youth Advocate, Madam here. Alhaji Mahmoud Halid Rice. Okay. And Muhammad Awal Jibo Mengwan Shukura Saki Samari. Shaban Shuaib Saki Samari Chamba. Nuhu Abubakar, Vice Chairman, Greater Accra Mole Committee. Nasiru Abubakar, Saki Father Shuk. Alhaji Habib Rais, Wazir Russia. Malam Shuaibu, Sarki Faila Shukura, Alhaji Mahmoud Suleiman, Galadimon Russia, Maimuna Musa, Ajia Hajara Yoda, Magajia Misa, Ashanda, Kubura Yoda. We have Katumi Al Hassan, Magajia Shukura. We have Sarki Mohammed from Al Mukhtar Adam Foundation, Sarki Samari Yalwa. Thank you, sir. Sheikh Abdullahi Galadima, Nenyano, Millennium City. Thank you so much for being a part of this interactive and impactful session, a symposium on youth drug abuse and substances as well. I'll proceed to invite superintendent who has an MA in Sociology of Peace and Security, MA in Security Studies, B in Social Behavior and Conflict Management, Diploma in Youth Work Program, who is also an advocate for youth as well. Let's give it up for Mr. Doku as
Yes, and thank you for this opportunity. It's a privilege to be here with you. This is very appreciated. This very program, I think I have a few words that I want to share with you. That is the negative effects of drug abuse. I have in my own way categorized this issue into 3 categories. One of them has to do with the individual. The other one has to do with the family. And the other one has to do with the community. That's the entire issue as a whole. You see, when someone starts smoking, the way the person behaves, something like, "Hey, Yakubu, Sarah!" Watching Yakaru, not Marika. What is the name? See the way I behave. Have you been seeing a normal person doing this way? Huh? You see, when someone is smoking, you don't talk about it. The person keeps on smoking. Later, he or she will come to the family. You see a family member, at least sometimes the younger ones. The younger ones will be looking at what the person is doing. As at that time, that very person will not know how to smoke. But the issue is, that young person will be studying what the person is doing. As soon as the person grows, what happens? He or she also starts. You see, when it gets to a different level, that person as an individual will start thinking of trying to pull a mountain, as if that person can pull a mountain down. You see, there are so many issues when it comes to drug abuse. Drug abuse in the country, drug abuse in the Shukra community, drug abuse in the Abrikwa Central Municipal area. It's no longer a distance, true or false? Once you pass through your backyard, before you realize you'll be smelling some of these issues. There are so many things when it comes to drug abuse. But many of them have, the speakers have spoken about it already, and there is no need to waste my time on this. But I want to assure you that as a police commander, we are going to make sure that this very menace is being kept down. And as a matter of fact, we are not going to use the violent type of policing. We don't do that so that the person that we are going to rescue from what? Abstaining from drugs. Then that same person will run and then a vehicle will knock that person on the road. If the person dies, have you, made any sense? So the enforcement is going to be friendly policing. What did I say? Repeat. Yes. Before you realize, it will be there with you in Mufti. You keep on smoking. You see, one of our speakers spoke about the penalties involved. And so far as the written constitution governing the state was made by the people of the country, so far as the written constitution of the state was made to protect the citizens of the country, so far as the written constitution governing the state was made to regulate our respective behavior. The earlier we start stopping the usage of drug abuse is the best. No bunker, no bunker, no bunker. Please, a lot has been said already. So, the earlier we educate our people who were not able to be here with us is the better. Thanks so much. I'll stop here.
Thank you.
I'll invite Superintendent Lee Otukwe to also give us his share. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, all protocol of the My brother has just said a little about why we are here. And since it has to do with the career guidance, I would like to educate our young ones on how to get enlisted into the Ghana Police Service and a brief history about the Ghana Police Service. The Ghana Police Service goes back to the year 1894 when the colonial government established a unit called the Gold Coast Constabulary to serve their purpose by defending them and protecting their interests and their laws. As time goes on, they realize that there's a need to reform so that it covers the whole nation as law enforcement agency. For this reason, the name was changed to the Gold Coast Police Force. The Gold Coast Police Force in 1901. Afterwards, when Ghana had independence in 1957, the name changed officially to the Ghana Police Service. So it tells you that the Ghana Police Service is here to serve the entire nation. We are here to serve, we are not here to intimidate or molest anybody. The police is now a friend to the entire country. The police service has an administrative structure headed by the Inspector General of Police and the POMA, who officially make policies for the service. So whenever the police is embarking on an issue or a program, it means it has gone through POMA and a decision has been taken. POMA simply means the Police Management Board. The Police Management Board at the highest level. So it is the IGP and his commissioners sit down at the POMA meetings and formulate policies for the Ghana Police Service. The police service has a mandate, and the whole mandate is one, the protection of life and property. It means every life in this room and outside matters to the police. We have to protect you and ensure that you are safe while you go about your daily activities. So your property also matters. Whilst you are away to work or you are somewhere doing other things, the police ensure that your property is always safe. The police apprehend. If I say apprehend, it means we arrest and investigate and prosecute offenders. I'll come back to that. Then we maintain laws and order. Laws, the existing laws, which have been formulated by Parliament, are enforced by the Ghana Police Service. And other laws, which the police is directly given the authority to enforce. Please, are you with me? Yes. Thank you. We have numerous branches. We have for the administration, which I just spoke about. We have the investigation department, which we call the CID. We have the patrol department, which include mobile patrols, those who use the vehicle, all those who use the vehicles, patrolling in police uniform and mobile patrol teams. And we have the visibility, who also use motorbikes. We have the visibility departments, Go also, sometimes you go around for the food and see them standing at the place and monitoring the traffic and people going up and down to show their visibility to the public. We have the mounted squadron. They use oxys for surveillance and also perform ceremonial duties. I'm saying all these things so that each and every one of you will know where you can perform better. Because the case for the police is open. Enlistment is ongoing. Some of you are not there yet. So take note, and you know the direction that you want to go. We have the motor traffic departments who will investigate accident cases. They investigate accident cases. Whenever there is road crash and a complaint is given, they ensure that the case comes back to the office to the complainant, go to the scene, take measurements, write reports, and analyze them and ensure that the culprit or the one who is the cause of the accident is put before court. They also manage traffic so that there wouldn't be traffic congestions and delays whenever you are on any form of errors. We have the ACS, which is the FPU, which is formerly called the ACS. The ACS simply means the Armored Car Squadron. Previously, it was like that, but at the point, we have to align it with the one. We have to align it with the UN standards. So it was changed to the Formed Police Unit. So when you hear of FPU, it is Formed Police Unit. We have the operation departments who perform a whole lot of duties. For the purpose of effective performance in crime cases, the police units have been decentralized. So we have ranges, divisions, districts, stations, posts, and sometimes pits. So every district comes under a station. Every district comes under a division. And all the divisions also comes under region. And all the regions directly report to the Inspector General of Police. This is how we get it. Sometimes people come to the police station and in course of investigation, they find things delayed or seemingly delayed. We have procedures that have to be followed during investigations. So the first procedure is the complainant who initiates the investigation. When you report your case to the police, your statement is taken. After the statement is taken, we find a way out to invite or arrest the suspects. And sometimes, because of arresting the suspect, you say that no, this man is a noble person. Looking at the case, he cannot run to any place. So you don't have to arrest him, you rather invite him. Sometimes you just call him on a phone that please, this is a case level against you. So we want you to come and explain your part of it. I think it is fair to do that. So when the person comes, then we take his statement. If there are witnesses, we take witness statements. Then we analyze the facts that we have on hand. Then we know what to do next. After a suspect is arrested, we grant him bail. Depending on the case, the type of case that was reported against him, we will know whether the bail should be at the police station or it should be at the court. There are some cases that police inquiry bail is definitely allowed. And sometimes, no, like murder, manslaughter, treason, and other serious offenses, it will be very difficult for police to grant bail at the police station. So within 48 hours, we make sure that the person is put before court, so that either the court granting bail or remanding. There are some cases too that the investigation will require that you keep him for some time, or you keep the suspect for some time to allow investigation to flow. Maybe if you allow him to go, his conduct outside the station will rather aggravate the offense. The person can go and attack the complainant. He can go and do other things which will erode the evidence available. So we try to keep the person for some time, after which he is granted inquiry or court bail. Are you moving with me? Yes. So now we are on court bail and inquiry bail. A lawyer is here, so I don't want to say something that will push him to come in. So when it comes to bail, we have bills with justifications and ordinary or open bills. In the case of bill with justification, it is normally you have to provide something which is valuable, a landed property or a property which is so big to the extent that when you escape, it can be used to defray some costs. So that is bill with justification. Bill with justification. A lot have been said about the drug gangs and all manner of things here, which as young people, this career guidance, so you have to take it serious. You don't have to involve yourself in it. The police enlistment into the Ghana Police Service. One, you have to be a Ghanaian. Two, you have to be in the age bracket of between 18 to 25. There are professions like doctors and lawyers who are sometimes allowed up to 30 or 33. You have to fill a form. When it is big, you have to go for body selection, after which you write exams. When you qualify, there is basic exams for all of you. When you pass, you attend a medical examination. When you are through with the medical examination, please, that is not all. That is where the issue of drug menace and those things comes in. We have to go back to the database and check your background. That is where it will be checked. So you have been enlisted, all right, but you can even be at the passing out level. You have spent almost all your 6 months in the training school. You know everything about policing. But now you report to the office, come, we need you. Information about you indicate that on the social and so you were caught peddling in drugs. So you cannot be efficient constable. With that alone, you are gone. And this time the thing is so serious that we have the national identification card. Don't forget that the thumbprints that they take whilst giving you the identification card is not for nothing. See, it will rather track you into your future. So once you have it, you have to be very careful with whatever you do. And it goes into the national database. So criminals are in trouble now, as I speak. Criminals are in trouble. Through that fingerprints, through that national identification card, we are able to trace criminals wherever they are. So please, I know some of you have the potential to become police officers and rise to the level of commissioners. If you have that ambition, please, my advice to you is that stay away from drugs, stay away from crime, stay away from anything which will in the long run become an impediment to your future. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. We have some of the books here with me, so the madrasas here, when you hear your name, they are entitled to 3 of the book. We have 3 copies that were given out to each madrasa that I'll mention your name. But before that, I would like to acknowledge one English here with us, in the person of Hajia lawyer Sarah Suleiman Yoda, a nurse, lawyer, and child advocate. And the interesting part is she's the wife of chairman and chairman for the event. Let's give it a round of applause. Alright, so I have Nurul Hidayah. I'll need one person to come forward and take your copy of the book. Nurul Hidayah, followed by Ansar Suleiman. One person to take the copies for them. Kindly prepare your questions as well. After this, we'll be taking just 3 questions from our students and anyone at all. Let's make this as quickly as possible. Ansar Suleiman, please come here, and then Ishad Ruddin. I need just one person to take your madrasa. Peace salam. Peace salam. I need one rep from your madrasa to pick your copies. Okay. An-Najah, Muhammadiyah, Azariya, Darussalam. We need your reps to take the copies of the books. Azariya, Muhammadiyah, Ishaduddin, Darussalam, and the Jad. Okay. Thank you so much. So we are taking 3 questions from the audience. We've had a presentation from Madam Abdulaziz Ali from Narcotics. Hussein has addressed us. We've had presentations from Madam Zuleha, DSPs as well. Our students are here with me. We are open to 3 questions because of time, anyone at all, and then we'll know who to address the questions to. It's time for questions, please. Or we should ask you questions. Should we ask you questions? You won't ask, we should ask you. Who is asking our best question? So whatever they said, you understood, you are okay, no confusions. All right. We have a very serious question here. So this is addressed to our DSPs and our commander. Our father here wants to know why, when an allegation is made or when a case is made, the person in question is arrested without giving the opportunity to explain their side of events. And then afterwards, you now realize that the one who came to make the case is the one who is guilty. Meanwhile, the one who has been accused has been put in cells for safety.
Against this one, counsel, with all due respect, can give answer. Yes, you can attest to that fact. You see, if you come to the police station as a complainant, it doesn't mean that, you've won the case. We listen to the other side. You understand? So, hello. We give opportunity to the other side. We listen to both sides. And then when you realize that the other party, probably before you realize the complainant might be the person who is doing upset. So we don't actually go with what my old man was saying. It doesn't matter whoever comes first. You understand? So that is it.
If I understand the question from you said that if somebody lodged a complaint, the suspect is arrested without the police trying to find out what happened. And the fact is that the complainant has given a one-sided statement to the police. We have to invite the suspect also to come and narrate or inform us about his part of the story. So by that, if you listen to me, I said sometimes we invite, depending on the case, we invite the person, then please come, this is the allegation level of this, so that you come and substantiate what it is. So when you come to the police station in that capacity as a suspect, the law shows that you are a suspect and you are under arrest. So your statement will be taken. After the statement is taken, since the investigation is not over, we grant you bail and continue with further investigation. That is how it is. So at the end of the whole investigation, if it is found that the complainant is rather guilty, he will be charged with the offense and put before court. That's how it is. So that is what the law says. It is the law, it's not the police. The law says that the person should be invited for investigation. And without inviting or arresting the office, you will never know the other side of the story. That is it. So maybe what you are saying, there should be some reforms so that we find another way of approaching or hearing about such cases.
Thank you so much. Any other questions? Any other questions? We've had a lot of speakers, we've spoken a lot. And then there's one lady for
is abusing drugs without judging them.
All right. Okay, so her question is, how do you help a friend who is abusing drugs without judging the person? Who will take this question for us? Okay.
Like I said earlier, there are a lot of reasons why people go into drug abuse. There are a lot of reasons why people go into drug abuse or substance abuse. And one of of the reasons might be psychological impairment or mental health problems. If someone is depressed, we heard about depressants, right? Someone is depressed, so because his friend told him that if you take this medicine, it's going to help you. Because when I was depressed, I was giving this medicine, and he also takes the medicine. He also takes that advice. So if you want to help someone who is engaging in drug abuse without judging the person, you let the person know that you want to listen to the person. You are going to be open with the person without being judgmental. So, number one, you are a safe place. But when I was in that way, she could take a funny money. That would change. In the appointment, doesn't pay for the woman to cash in Kaika. She's a killer Kaika, someone psychologist, has someone doctor in the area, who has someone nurse in the area. The machine of all oh, not far out, one the Mali, who actually got you on the Mali. There's not far a shy, she could check for Zoom. So, Kaika, we want the nurse, who want the doctor, who want the psychologist. We're in some of she's professional. We're in good some professional advice. In the we're in anti-mark kind machine. Two professional who are in relation to what the kind of probably psychological problem that they face, who want mental problem that they face. We are talking about that. So if you want someone to feel heard and not being judgmental, you open up, and then don't sound judgmental. Let the person say whatever is worrying the person. Let the person feel very safe with you. In the shape of a photo, or the shape of a shape, hey, I'm making fun of the soul. You may say, Yabar Meshia career, Meshia, funny maka, I didn't have been the Kidamush. She's out to your Zomaka, and I can't say what you have been the Kidamush. You should look at Jishi. What do you think about poor me? Akwai magani shi an samu mafita.
Alright, so there's one last question here for us. Okay, let me read this one out. Someone give this to me. In a case whereby the police is going for an operation to arrest drug abusers, why is it that a policeman within the police going to the operation call those drug abusers to give them a hint for them to disperse to prevent them from being arrested? This one is an allegation, though, it's not a question. Anyways, over to you.
You see, there is always a saying that if you be a man, so this time of policing, sometimes we do take all our personnel, their phones and all that. Sometimes when we are going to embark on such operation, we don't even inform them, we don't tell them where we are going to. Before they realize, they will be arresting their friends. So that is it. This is what I would say for them. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Last question.
Salam alaikum. Akan batun da sista na kan batun shaye-shaye. Kana da mutum yana shaye-shaye har aka doke shi, aka je aka kai shi, aka cire mai jini. Da aka komo da ke sai ya fara wannan kuma shaye-shaye. Yanzu ya za a ke kuma. An je da shi ne hospital, aka zo aka sake mai jini shi, aka cire mai jini, aka sa mai sabon jini domin iya bar shaye-shaye, an kashe kuɗi kan. Da ya komo kuma shi ya shiga kuma wannan babi. Ka gane, shi yasa ya za.
Assalamu alaikum. First thing, yana da bit tricky. At times you need to find out in the machine story application you so me kuma ya kada sa shi ya shiga cikin wanda ya yi. That is where you have to start your investigation from. Time of stigmatization. Usually, what I know, there should be something like reintegration into the society. So if it is not there, you have not welcomed him. Share why are they able to use the application and you go back to them. So first of all, we have to start it from there. We share to rehab, we shall come machine without even drugs, maybe one criminal activities, and the person can push you to integrate the person into the society. We should get them alternative livelihood. It's like a government narcotics, we have a whole department that to do with alternative livelihood. This is the machine after rehab. We have to introduce something out to the person that will occupy the person. It's like if you are not occupied, you know, who are local, she can't look at you. It means you not be comfortable to be here. And therefore, based in a they are there always to welcome you. The issue about rehabilitation, there is something called withdrawal syndrome. They are there. Shame. Don't even try and get it. Because yes, you can go into rehab, but once withdrawal syndromes again, sometimes you can't help the person. Years so out of we should get something for the person to do. When we abandon them, put a stigmatize them. So don't worry, she the young violation the game out and they have come to the understanding what they are doing has become like a home to him. What he is doing, he is being treated on. She said to she the young violation wouldn't so now Amana. Share your people as well in the everybody is over. Say woman at Yamanshi. Anna Munashi. She said Anna Hakanan, they are home again here. Say the woman of Uma Wamana. I quite machine. Mubali suna kusantar da mu more kaka kada kai da shi haka ne kamata kowa ya yi an samu mishi wani alternative livelihood an sai mishi mashi ya je yi aiki amma shi bayan haka mun sake shi mun bar shi kowane lokaci ya kamata kana bari mai shi na kusa da ka ana mishi gargadi kadan mun gano ko kuma mun yi kokari wayanda suke wannan da ke wannan ya kamata mu bari su yi nisa da mu don ya zo ya gan su bayan lungun gidansu kai to shi a hari gaba mun gano ko aha mu problem mu ne mu bari yes I know
what I want to ask is the narcotics you actually do enlistment. What is the qualification for the enlistment?
Listen, I don't want to be talking about it. Narcotics does enlistment. As you are doing yours, I'm telling you, we are also doing ours. But you see, the problem with ours is that if I don't come out to tell you, or a politician doesn't come out, or somebody from the military, Ministry of Interior comes out to tell you moving through. Because just as you advertise, we don't. You see, it's like, yeah, we don't want it to, yeah. I understand with you because we are raising issues that it should be advertised. People even are saying that even if you advertise and you buy from for it. We don't do those things. We don't want it to. See, the way we are related and how the movements are done. Let me open up something small for you. There are people who are being sucked in to help people to get to food. And they end up, because of what they do, I will assist you. What I do, assist you to get and listen into it. Unknowingly, I'm using you, but we don't know. So I have helped you. You have been enlisted. And then this is your brother. My brother is using the airport today, he's traveling, so can you assist me? Oh, he can't, I know. It's your brother, right? My baby is carrying something, and they are using me. You are using me, and he's using me, but I don't also know. So it's been made like the NIP kind of thing. We have been, it's always about the minister made mention of it in his press release that recruitment has started across board all the ministries under him. So we fall under the Ministry of Interior. So if you are listening, the Minister of Interior, Honorable Mutaka, they are investment into all the agencies, security agencies, then you should know that narcotics is part of it. So basically, there's no. So what will happen is that the qualification is this. You need to be an SS student or graduate, HND, diploma, degree. Okay, so when you start from SS, HND, diploma, you are a junior officer. With degree, if you apply, you are a senior officer. So you just apply, you can take the address from me. You apply Narcotics Control Commission, PMBs, Cantonment, Accra. If you want to submit it, just write your letter out.
Take your time. Once you see
This is for you as well. So one lady says she wants to know, or she wants to have more idea about the shisha, because people always say using the flavor is not harmful. In the shisha, it's not harmful.
Yeah, I think maybe I didn't make mention of it. Yeah, the shisha basically is not made up of only flavors. That is what we have been told, but it's not made up of flavors. So I asked the follow-up question. Can flavors give us smoke? You bake bread, you bake cake, you do all those things. You use flavors for sobolo and stuff like that. Do the flavors give you smoke? So you should know that it is the cigarette, it is the cannabis that they put in there to disguise it. You know, and then the ladies will like the flavors, yes, banana flavor and this, but it is these drugs that we are talking about that are added to the flavors and then are being abused, okay? So it's not only made up of flavors. So Narcotics Control Commission, let me tell you, people want to come to Narcotics. You want to?
Okay, you finish and come.
Yeah, let me finish with them. Let me give them all that since Commander has asked. Your time. They are interested. And I would be proud to see you guys there. Okay? Yes. So, degree, SS, HND. Write to Narcotics Control Commission. PNB, Cantonment, Accra. If you are looking for my head office, come to the Central Mosque at Kanda. Okay? When you get there, you know Kaabudi. There is this farm there. These are people who are into cabbage farming and things. When you just go around that place, you will see a very big story building, green in color. And you will see my officer, they are uniform. I'm not in uniform today. You will see my people, they are in uniform at the gate. Tell them you have brought application to submit. And you'll be ushered in, you'll be taken to HR and then you submit it. Okay, so ASS degree, whatever it is, you can. But I want to also add, Commander, you know this job. The way it is, if you drop your letter there and you walk and go and sleep, that one is up. Wherever you want to go, wherever you want to sleep, the big men are here. If you tell them, you follow up on your letter. But if you go and drop your letter and sleep, 10 years will start.
Thank you so much. We are taking our last question and then we'll proceed with
my question goes to the commander. I would like to kindly ask, what are the official rules and regulations that govern the motorists during police stops? And what rights do motorists have to ensure they are not intimidated and treated unfairly by the officers?
Especially the motor riders. The riders.
The laws governing the state, the regulations
That's the road traffic regulation. The legislative instrument, that's the LI 2180, 2012, has made it clear. You know, as a motor rider, the requirement pertaining to getting the license and then the requisite documents that permit you to use the motorbike on the road, they are very clear. You understand? As a rider, you must get a rider's license. As a rider, you must get an insurance policy covering the motorbike. As a rider, you must get the road worthy certificate that covers the motorbike to be used on the road. But the issue is most of the times, and you see, aside that, as a rider, you must make sure you put on your crash helmet. And even putting on the crash helmet, when you put on the crash helmet, without fixing the chain strap. When I say the chain strap, you know the chain strap. Yes. It's more or less like a seat belt. You understand? When you don't do that, it's an offense. And I'll put a section when you try to find out for me. You understand? And you see, there are so many issues pertaining to motorbike. You understand? So, even you have the footwear. When you are riding the motorbike without the required footwear, it's an offense. Yes. You are riding a motorbike without the required footwear. So, the police, they don't do anything when it comes to the issues concerning motorbikes. There's a whole lot. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you to our speakers and dignitaries as well. We are taking the questions, and Chairman would like to address one or two people.
Abin da kamata mu faɗi ne ina kama yanzu program abin da kamata mu yi amma ya kasa abin da za mu kara shi ne mun samu karatu da yawa ya kamata mu tunasar da junanmu kan irin karatu da muka yi mun koya kan drug and substance related substances mutum a biyu mun yi karatu da yawa a wuri sannan kuma wasu sun zo su yi muna magana yadda za mu yi ban nuna mutane da al'umma an zo an yi muna magana kan yadda za a yi iyaye kula da karatun yaran mu amma maganan duka ya koma kan yaran makaranta ba yi ma ko in ce maganan ba yi shi kan iyaye ba saboda iyaye suna da responsibility nauyi da ke kan iyaye yana da yawa wani irin nauyi ne yaro muna son ya yi karatu amma ya kamata a taimaka mai a wurin karatun shi daga abin da zai ci biyan school fees rigar da zai sa da sauransu yana wurin iyaye yawanci mu ba mu da wannan karfi amma abin da zan faɗi a wurin shine iyayenmu ya kamata mu plan finances saboda yaran idan yaron kana form 1 ka san form 1 ya sune shi GSS ka san cikin shekara 3 ya je SSS tun lokacin ya kamata ka ringa yin adashi kafin yaron nan ya kai matsayin SSS ya shiga SSS yana form 1 ka san in 3 years time ya je university tun lokacin ya kamata ka yi adashin wannan university kafin ya kai saboda iya kai biyan school fees sai books da sauransu ya yi maka sauki abinda zan faɗi kenan kan batun iyayenmu saboda idan mun plan wannan lokaci ya kai ma muna da kuɗi sauki ya zo a ciki in ba mun yi haka ba ya zo ya kai wani lokaci yaron ya pass exam da kyau ya samu sukun da ake bukata amma kuɗin da zai je da shi books da da sai rigar da zai sa babu iko sai kaga yaro ya sauka gida sai samu na ba iyayen mu hakuri a plan wannan finances ana ce mai personal finance tun yana form 1 ka plan ahead kana adashi adashin ba lalle saboda yayi ko wani abu ne a gabace a planning shi saboda karatun yara a takaice abinda ni nike bidan fadi sa mu kokarin mu ba iyayen mu hakkin su saboda mun zauna ya ji
mun gode sosai. Before I invite one of our very own to give us the vote of thanks in our closing prayer, Lawyer Saratu would like to address one or two things as well.
Assalamu alaikum. Abin da ke son kun faɗi ne game da question da baban ya tambaya. Wai ɗan wanda aka kai shi rehab. Bayan ya komo rehab kuma shi kawai ba da cikin rehab. Narcotic man ya yi batun narcotic man na ya yi batun treatment na bai shi ya fito waje yake receive. Normally mutum ya fito waje bai samu good reception ba. Wayanda za su ba shi good reception wurin zai ci. Amma kuma komai na fito ga mutum mindset ka. Mindset. Sai sabon family masu daɗin yanayin da mai shi ke ciki ba su kai shi rehab. Amma shin yana so. Yasa kun kai shi rehab so 10, an wanke cikin jini shi so 10 ya kuma koma kuma. Yasa shi da kan shi ma shi ya assess kan shi. Sometimes na wurin assessment akwai defect kaɗan. Defect da ke zuwa ne mai shi nan environment da yake ciki. Abin da yake gani, abin da yake ji. Yasa cikin mind shi nan alheri ke. Abin da ke shi no ke. Iyaye su kolo ne, su yan dada masu san daɗi ba, masu gan zamani ba su suke gani. Sai sa with good education, good care, mai shi yana come to realize kamar abin da nake ganin gwajiya ke yi ne, har shi ne rayuwar ba. Mai shi da kai shi, out of his own will, ya decide kamar zan bari, wannan bai need ma ya je rehab. Wannan bai need rehab, shi da kan shi ya decide ni ban yin kuma, kawai dai mai shi ya tashi ce ban yin kuma, da shi ya yi bari. Kuma drug ba barin shi so guda, ba bari yin drug so guda. Kada ka imagine mutum ya yi shaye-shaye 5 years, 10 years. Abin ya zama jini shi kuma ya zama a drugs nan. So guda ka ce da shi ba za ka kashe ne shi ne. Yasa ana tailor off abin da muke kiran shi muna tailor shi ne off. Yasa mu dake shi kamar mai shi na yin bottle hakan da in a day. Me shi zai bari ba gaba da zai bar sha ba. Ya fara sha hakan da ya zo 2/3 of the bottle, ya zo half, ya zo quarter, ya zo 1/3 of the bottle. Ai zo kai yau ya sha kadan gobe bai sha ba. Ya sha kadan gobe bai sha ba. In some days to come kuma shi kuma ya sha, sai ga 1-2-3 days bai sha ba. 2-3 days kuma ya sha. Kadan shi ga yanzu ya kai kawai lokaci ko bai sha ba ma bai damu ba. Yawan da ke nan ba mu shan kwaya tramadol da su bread, amma muna shan ataya. Ataya da muke sha da tea bag da muke sha, shi ma aiki shi ne kenan caffeine da muke sha, coffee da muke sha, shi ma haka nan yake aiki. Yawan dan ka ce ka shan ataya, don Allah ka ba kanka 24 hours. Jiki ka ya fadi maka gaskiya. Sai sa kana so ka bar sha, ba kai ka bar sha gaba daya. Shi dai ka tela shi kadan suna shan ka 5 ne rana guda, ka sha 2 ka juya shi for some time kadan ka zo ka tar da ka kai abuya da muke ya abuya ka zo ka sha guda yana da cikin sai gudan ma a sha shi 2-3 days a zo sai har da zai kawo lokaci shi ma zai manta ma kuma ana wata duka na fito ga mindset ne mindset kuma yana depend on environment ne da shi ke find kanshi shi ke form hankalin ne shi. Imagine na tashi wanda kowa ke sa kankanin riga da kankanin wando. Na fita na sabon gan shi wani problem na ga shi normal ne shi ke form mindset na. Amma na tashi na gan kowa ya sa dogon riga da hijabi, na sa gutun riga na kira da kuma na faɗa da ban ciki. Shi sa mindset yana depend on the environment da ke shi. Some you come so she, yeah, we can use she some change of mindset.
Loyalty, a change of the mindset. Naji, Wagazama Deki, Muyo Shekara. I think this will be our 7th edition. Shekara Hopper Kina, the Muka Soma, Yerawanga. Initially, Musoma with career guidance. Tebazai, Ganu, Udora Suka, and Chisa with the likes of Dr. Hamisu, Akwai, Shami, Rashamsu, Gida Makaranta, the Sumuka Soma. These are worrying Alaji. So by we were not for 2 years, 3 years, then decided. I think that she will bottom drug abuse. Then we started advocacy, drug and then substance abuse, dangers in the kitchen. So our name look at him, Dr. Abdulaziz, the Kushtin. The Sauransu, the doctors, so Dr. Fat, the Kolebu, the Sauransu. So this year, Kokuma Shekaru Kuma, excuse me, Mutar Adam Foundation, Nati, Sunte Makemu Kwari, because Abisha Muke has always been in partnership with the Muna Bodia Kwari. Nati last year, Mumbai the citations when they do Musuma the Su, Moon acknowledge Gowa the hearing, I did the Su, Dr. Hamisu. Mukhtar Adam Foundation, su Sarki Sabaki, na Ghana kenan, Sami su Maudi, da sauransu ne mun acknowledge kowa. So as we progress, ina ji yau mun samu ƴan uwan mu lawyer. I think for the first time ga iyaye mu magajiyoyin mu suna nan. Abin da nake so faɗi in the nutshell ga baban mu Alhaji Mahmudu ina ji is part of wanda yake su zo nan farko ga Chairman Maulidi ga Sarkin Samari na Shukura. Ga sarkin faila ga masarautar Russia sarkin faila guda Madina Dubai da sauran iyaye. This is ya ake ce mai a joint effort. Shi sa kun ga shekaran ga zancen da shi Ushten ya yi ya doctor into abin da ake ce ma entrepreneurship and skills development. Abin da muke duba ne an yi batun drugs. Wayewa kamar yadda lawyer ta gaya muna ba ka bari ciki so guda amma mun tambaye kanmu mu at IFPA Islamic Foundation for Peace and Development kungiya da yake malam ya kafa I think in the early 2000s to champion the cause of Islam and women and the children's rights. Abin da ka tambaye kanmu ne to yanzu rehabilitation me shi ya bar shan kwaya me shi ya bar kasame kadin musunci what's next? Society, we would all want to agree. Ya feel well ga munga, ya feel well ga yare nimu. Yanzu Allah ya ba Musa, I think Zongo against drugs. They keep on telling us the su ASB duku, aikin da suke yi da su Zulaiya daga sabon zango. Suna gaya muna, ana kai mutane rehab, suna komowa. Amma yanzu kun bai shi da komo yanzu ya zauna gida. Don't you think, come on, the tendency Meshia Koma into that is very high. No, let's change the focus of the discussion. Can we begin to talk about vocational skills? Can we begin to talk about entrepreneurship? So can you make it so the young Anna Sabulu, Bashe Kaje wani school de waba, Anna Koyen Pinki, Bashe Kaje school de waba, Ga Aiken Baba, Bashe Kaje school de waba. Kushte na ji ai magana yana sogu kuma gaskiya ne yana sogu yana zuma yana zongo in kana da program in ka bashi ya yi shi da kashi ya zo da shi. So can we start a conversation right from here ta yadda za a yi kan mu because the issue is whether we like it or not ba kowa Allah ya structure rayuwar shi kamar dole shi ya je school ya kai university ba. A few of us might be fortunate. Ga Dr. Habisu, ga lawyer Yoda, and introduce Munaita, ga Zulaiya, ga Sarki Samari, ga su Don Juma,
Guys, who are the presentation that I want to believe in the next month. So look at their graduates, the MC. She's graduating. Why the super introduced one of the speakers? They are all graduated. They have been under mentorship. Ama the missing link when in the Gosusabu, Suja School, Yabu Kesu as a society. When the Kesu are school, do we frequently check up on them? Because one in another is good. Yaje school, Yaje Yagabu Abukai, Kazakan, she's a Ganimu, Zamanga, now to me. But when Munayi for the fun of it, but we were fortunate to what is happening. Gasu Seki Samari Sukarama, don't get dash. She's not the unique 99, oh, you small of us. Unique 66. She's a bit of Mubuki. Some years back, Mumamanya Sumuna. It is only incumbent on us. Mumaya de Mantle Yakeko. Muma Muduba, the next generation. Yadamu Yamusu. She said, Unkasa Ankaleku. Go where the case of Ganga, maybe Mooney, where the came of Ganga, Mooney. Amande Makusa Ankalika, Abinda Kijao, Usuagaba, second society, Yazamu one of the Eki, Bakoa, Zeti Zuaba, Yakamata. Shukura Ivy na muna police station. Da ya kamata a ce dadin mu ne mutuncin mu ne. Commander da ke wurin ya kamata da zo a kira sunan shi. Sha ce Muhammad Abubakar. Ko a ce Salamatu kaza. Amma ka ce wurin nan. I want to believe ba ka samu musulmi ko biyu ko. Bai kamata ya zama haka ba. Shi yasa mu yi hakuri iyaye aiki na kanku. Shi yasa muka raba books. Muka yi selective da mun ba makarantu. Ba ka yi karanta. Kina da biya mace. Kana da biya mace ko kana da da namiji kai dai ba shi ya karanta musa hankali saboda inda zamani ke zuwan nan wallahi in ba mu wasa ba mu as musulmai abin mu yayi ban tausayi. I want to believe if a lawyer she would know what I'm talking about. Dr. Hamisu would know what I'm talking about. Zulaiha Isama, they would know because suna shiga corporate Ghana, suna shiga government establishments. Ka je wuri kana neman abu saboda ka zama musulmi wahalar da za ka yi amma wani da ba musulmi ba shi zama mai sauki shi sa ku yankuri kuma ya let me end with this mu yan siyasa I'm a politician don't run away from that ta muna neman vote muna shigo cikin zango in an kare election ya kai wurin aiki shi a ce a zo da certificate. I've always been against that. Kamar da na faɗi da farko ba kowa zai iya yaje school ya zama professional ba. That is why in taxation, Dr. Amisu will bear me witness. There is what we call a trade. There is what we call a vocation. There is what we call a profession. Whatever you can, they are tailor-made. Just how much you pay school get a certificate ba. You can't disappoint the person. Kache someone will pay the certificate. Ba da gabashi aiki. That is why skills training came down. Mubaya skills. Sheza, I think Sarah Kunamu, Bakajori, Kuna the Gama politicians, Najim Kususay, those who are but those certificates in them, Kuban Sudan, Baku, Wazi, Yesu, Yake University. Our government na National Entrepreneurship Ministry and Apprenticeship Ministry. I'm about the Kudi. I'm about the Kaya, so my IT leadership. Bẹ́ẹ̀ sá mo wá sùpà ọkùnrin ẹ̀sìn zango. Ṣùgbọ́n mo lè ṣe ṣe zango. Mo nà dá akọ́yí sàkóńtò Dr. Hamisu. Alimajẹ makaranta alamanta da sunanta. Barkisu, I'm told next that the graduate yara. Why not politicians kokarin da take yi ga abin da ake ba wa yansu me yasa ba iya kawo mata ko da mashin guda uku ne ko fudu ne a ba ta ce ke ma yaran da kike koya musu aikin nan. To do wanga ya taimake ki ya. So please stakeholders mu duka mu zama stakeholders da iyaye da sarakai da mu da muka je su da wanda ba su je su ba da biyan mu da kowan mu duka together we can bring an end to this drug menace and then we can start a conversation around entrepreneurship and then skills development. Yau kana neman contractor, hutu da muka tafi shukuran da har zuwa zuwa har dan gasi lai. in ana neman contractors ni ban gaba ce an kira wani contractor ba in wani kuma ya sani ya yi kira ne kamar yadda ake da contractors from the northern part of Ghana da cikin su yan waye ko arnan wani musulmi ta zango bunga ka sani contractor real estate development wa ka sani into real estate development. So why don't we start the conversation around where men say iya so gobe mu samu irin su Ibrahim a cikin mu samu irin su Despite cikin mu samu irin su Abu Abid da su wani duka mu da mu samu su cikin mu with the needed attention. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Sir Bosch, as you're all going. I'll call on our sister Maruko Tuanas and Larry to give us our vote of thanks. Thank you.
Distinguished speakers, respected imams, honorable guests, invited representatives of institutions, and educated youth, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. On behalf of ISLA, the Mukhtar Adam Foundation, and the organizing committee of the 58th Greater Accra Regional Board, I stand before you with deep gratitude to express our heartfelt appreciation for your participation in the 5th edition of the Symposium on Black and Substance Abuse. First and foremost, we thank Almighty Allah, the Most Merciful, for granting us life, guidance, and the opportunity to gather, reflect, and learn under today's important tool, protecting our youth for a healthier future. Without His mercy, nothing would have been possible. Our sincere appreciation to our chairman, the distinguished speakers, and resource persons who have honored our invitation and shared their wisdom, expertise, and insights. Your contributions were thoughtful and timely. You have provided us with the requisite knowledge and encouragement needed to make healthier and better decisions. May Allah richly reward you. To our respected ulama, chiefs, elders, and community leaders, we are truly grateful for your presence and support. Your guidance continues to inspire us to work harder in serving our community. The Prophet Muhammad said, "The best of people are those who are most beneficial to others." Your support today is a living example of this noble teaching. A special appreciation goes to our teachers, invited schools, and students who actively participated and engaged throughout the program. Your enthusiasm gives us hope that the future is really bright. We also extend our gratitude to those who made this event possibly in diverse ways. We thank all for taking time out of their busy schedules to join us here today. The present is a reminder that when we come together as a community, great change is possible. As we conclude, let us take the lessons we received today and put them into action. Let us continue to protect, guide, and uplift our youth so that they can grow into responsible, confident, and healthy leaders of tomorrow. May Allah reward all of us and bless our efforts. Thank you all for coming, and may Allah grant everyone safe journey to our home. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa
barakatuh. One of our madams, Madam, give us our closing.
We don't see the madam. Where is the madam? Let's see you work. Let's see you work. Come and stand here.
صلوا على النبي الكريم. Abinda aka faɗi nan duka Allah ya sa mu yi aiki da shi. Waɗansu dariya suka zauna suka yi,
abin da aka faɗi wasu dariya kawai suka yi ba su san me ake yi ba, amma duk wanda ya san abin da ake yi to ya sa hankali. Abin da aka faɗi nan duka babu abin wasa, saboda duk wanda suke zaune nan duka ba yaro, shi yasa ba yaro sa aka zuwa kai ba, kowa ya sa hankali. An yi ne saboda rayuwar ku ya yi kyau. In dai kun ga wanda suke zaune nan duka ba wanda ke bukatar wani abu, kowa abu ya ishe shi, amma saboda ku suka ɓata lokacin su suka zo suka zauna. Ku duba manyan mutanen da ke zaune nan, shi yasa kan ku yarda lokacin su da suka waste suka zo suka zauna nan ya je banza. Ku yi ma kanku tunani mai kyau, ku rabu da abu banza, ku rabu da abuyoyin banza. Kowa ya kula da takardar shi, bukun ka ne abokinka, ka rika bukun ka kai redi yadda aka gwada maka kenan, ka rabu da abokan banza. Allah ya muku albarka. Abinda aka faɗi nan duka Allah ya sa ya yi tasiri a cikin ku. Allah ya raba ku da hatsarin zamani, Allah ya raba ku da sharrin zamani. Dukkan wanda ke da niyya ya zama wani abu gobe, Allah ya taimake shi. Wanda ma bai yi niyya ba, Allah ya sake shi ya zama haka. Ba mu so a ga mutumin banza a ce Amina ko Muhammadu, ba mu so haka, takaici muke ji. Amma in kaddara ya biyo haka, dole sai mu rike shi haka. To ku yi addu'a, mu ma mu taya ku da addu'a, kaddara ya ketare ku. Allah ya sa ku zama mutanen kirki, Allah ya sa iyayen ku su yi alfahari da ku, Allah ya kiyaye ku da hatsarin zamani, mugun ji, mugun gani, tashin hankali, fitina, bala'i, tsautsayi da hasara. Allah ya ketare ku, Allah ya sa ku wuce wurin, Allah ya rufa muku asiri duniya da lahira. اللهم اجعل ما نشاء موافقا لما تشاء ولا يصف ما نشاء مخالفا لما تشاء وما نحن حتى نشاء خلافا ما الله يشاء لو جاء العبد وشاء ما كان الا ما تشاء فالطف بنا فيما تشاء وما تشاءون الا ان يشاء الله رب العالمين. اللهم انت امرتنا بدعائك ووعدتنا باجابتك وقد دعوناك كما امرتنا فاجبنا كما وعدتنا يا ذا الجلال والاكرام. سبحان ربك رب العزه عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.